No. Cool.
So you guys exported the decider instead of play. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just renaming,
Yeah,
right?
this is just renaming in this commit. In the latest commit, this is just renaming. But now we
This is
also
the bulk of
have...
it. So
Yeah,
session.
yeah, this is what we did for... Okay, let's actually make a process that splits the full state into player state. And let's make the overall boilerplate for that.
Okay,
And
so if I spawn rebar 3, LFA,
REPL.
uh, REPL, I forgot. Ah, of course. I need to open in the directory, right? Which is server. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So this, rebar 3, LFE, REPL. There you go. Pulled a bunch of garbage.
Recur is
Compile,
unbound.
fail.
That doesn't. This was working before, right, Marin? I remember that we finished with this working. Let me see if I can run
Where is
it.
that? That's on
It
collections LFA.
it was. Did we? Did I
Did you
forget to
push?
commit?
I,
I'm
I,
pretty sure I did, but I can check. One moment. Mahjong.
the LSP is even complaining. Let's see. So inlet. What is this inlet?
Yeah, so we had a
It's name.
problem.
It's a
Yeah,
named let, but we eventually decided to put it in a separate namespace.
Oh, I see.
yeah, and
So you
unfortunately
guys,
you cannot not add the module namespace. Vbar 3 LFA REPL. Is this broken? Yeah, it
so it is
is.
saying symbol recurs unbound.
Yeah,
So
I
this
don't.
guy
Huh.
here doesn't
I'm,
exist. Probably it's you need to put the bound to uh, a module, right? That you are in which you are importing this from.
Well,
Or you
it
guys are
literally.
consulting the LFE functions
Well, it
manually.
literally works on my machine, so I don't know.
do a git status and check the git log, please.
Okay. Mahjong.
This is the branch I have.
Git status. My branch is up to date apparently. Nothing to commit. Working tree clean. Git log. Yeah, my latest commit is rename play to decider.
There's something fucked. Like, very fucked. Are you sure this works? Like, did you do rebar 3 LFA repo inside the server directory?
Yeah, I did,
And it works.
and it works,
But it doesn't work
Hmm.
on my git as in mine.
which is weird.
Um, okay,
I
do you
think
have
we're
a
being played
prelude?
limits.
No, but that's weird. Do we have a prelude file? The answer is
Uh,
no.
We
Did you?
do.
Did you? Oh no,
quest.
we do. We do. Actually, we do.
I have a
Preludes.
question actually. Mageta, are you inside of
Hmm.
DRAM?
I am. If you see, when I entered here, it showed on the bottom. So
And I
it
was
Okay.
is.
also well. Let me also test that hypothesis on mine. I think that doesn't make sense. But let's see. Okay. And then rebar 3 LFA repo. Yeah, it's fucked. I I
Huh.
I don't know what to say. I have
That's
exactly
amazing.
the same error. Oh, actually, the error is different. Oh no. Wait.
Then
Which
wait,
which which error do you
mine
have
than
there?
yours?
You have compiling collections.lfa failed. Mine is
Yeah, it's saying that this function doesn't
yeah,
exist.
mine is saying that yaku.lfa failed.
Oh, then let me try on my
Different,
terminal. Give me a
different
sec.
loading order, I guess.
It could be
Well, let me try multiple
projects.
times. No, it's always yaku failing. But it works
Inside
on
the
Marinhos, man. What the fuck?
And I and I am
well,
inside DRAM. I'm using the
th-
Reaper tree from
you
I'm
know what
the.
that
del
means, right?
I'm
That means
deleting.
that to deploy this, we're gonna need you to generate an rsync image, an ISO of your state of your
Uh,
computer, meaning
that's
then we deploy
crazy.
that.
Okay, I'm deleting the build folder. I don't care.
Yes, I'm getting the same problem. Let me do a LFE compile clean first. Clean
I'm recompiling the entire
compile.
thing.
Yeah, same issue.
Yeah, I
What
also have
the
the
heck?
same issue, which is different in yours. Mine is saying
No.
yaku.lfa failed. Yours is saying collection.lfa failed.
Fantastic. Where you guys are looking at the LFA functions, by the way, the library.
Well, there is a link that I keep
Can you send
reusing
me?
every
I need
day
to
and
open it
every week. Yeah,
so
so
I
you
can
go
open
to
my browser.
LFA. Yeah, so I keep using this link. Don't care about the line that this is marked, bookmarked, but I keep using this repo for everything else.
Fantastic, Lumus.
Yeah, this is the most useful piece of documentation I found so far. Man, but Maninho, man, I don't know. Are you sure this shit is working there?
Where did you guys find this recur? Because I can't find it anywhere.
No, no, recur is whatever. It's from the macro. Go to the
Okay,
prelude.lfa.
so
It's
source.
yeah, it's named yeah. Let is basically the named let from scheme. Like if you do a let and you put a symbol before the binding list, you can basically define a local function and immediately call it. And that lets you call the body of the let recursively. You see?
So that should be on the macro file in the
Yeah, which
LFA.
is there. There line 5. There's a label in
Found
there,
it.
and the label is recur. We're just using recur because we are closure guys. There's
I
no
don't
inherent reason.
see. Wait, they're not in the right file then? Give me a sec.
No, you are. You are in the prelude.lfa, and the inlet is there.
Inlet is not here unless label is. No, man, I'm talking about the docs. Like, where did you guys
No,
discover these in the docs?
no, no, no.
You
This
just
is like
defined yourself?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. I
This
see.
is
Define
Marinho's
F1.
power on
Ah, man,
display.
it's autism. Okay, got it. But okay, there should be a place where you store. Okay, so the recur is just a word that Marinho
Yeah, it could be
described here
anything.
because of the. I see.
Yeah, it's basically
76.
we can put any label we want. That's an argument of the macro, and it becomes a locally bound function that we call immediately.
I see. Okay.
Man, I'm so confused why this works for Marinho it doesn't work for us. Uh, Let me check a thing. So inside here. Wait, can you? Oh, I have the code here.
Let me do something first.
Export macro.
Huh?
Inlet.
Will that work? That would be silly.
Man, what the fuck?
Ah, of course. And it should be in the directory. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I
now
getting.
now
Wait.
you're having the same problem that I'm having.
Yeah,
This is line
but I
76
still
on
have.
Yaku, right?
But I still. Yeah, on Yaku. So here's what I did. I just pasted the macro on this file. So if I paste on the Yaku as well, what happens?
No, it works.
Huh.
The Yaku file was the original file the macro was in.
No. Wait. It not right now, right? That
No,
was
not right now,
before.
but before we did the previous two commits, the inlet macro lived in
Line
the Yaku file.
line
But because we wanted to
76.
use in some another place, we okay, let's put this in a common file.
I see.
But
Inlet here. So
something is fucked. Why is it fucked? That I don't understand.
well, 97
That
prelude
doesn't
as
make
well.
sense.
If you put it on another file, it's fading. Yeah, it works. Pure
Well,
garbage,
That,
Lums.
yeah. For now,
that's
we no.
bizarre.
Really, the part that bugs me is the fact that it works for Marinho. That's what I don't understand.
Yes, out of the blue. Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Just a
Um,
message.
if I delete the build directory, it should recompile everything, right?
Yeah,
Forcibly.
it will re-download everything and recompile everything.
Let me try that actually. Let's see what happens. Okay, so rebar 3 LFE REPL.
Yeah, it will download rebar nicks and then cowboy and cowlib and all that stuff. Ah, pretty weird.
Okay.
And you know what's the worst part? We are using export macros in another for other macros, such as the loop and the arrow macros, and they work. But for some random reason, the nlet macro doesn't.
And it still
Let
works,
me go to
It
actually.
still works.
okay, Mario
There's
is
there's something
weird.
fundamentally fucked here.
Not this. I want the server. Ah, my Max froze again.
There's something here
It just this
extremely not great.
LSP. This LSP is very strange. It does this very often for LFE. I mean,
The
queue
code is the same.
server.
Ah, okay. There is a
Wait for
thing
it.
though. The envarc that I'm using is an impure one. So let me make it pure and then let me run this shit again.
I don't think you can run that with Impure,
I
but
was,
try.
but I was.
Okay, that's strange because it's devenv. So
No, it's not devenv. It's derenv. Those are different things.
no, wait. Derenv is also impure
No, but that's the thing. In the envarc file,
because you
it
open the
was.
tool from it. Oh wait, I did you spawn Emacs? Actually, that doesn't matter
Yeah, it doesn't matter, Emacs.
because I'm running from Emacs, right? So it would matter for me, but not for you.
Okay, but that doesn't make a difference. Let me delete the build folder again.
Oh, for me it does because it didn't spawn Emacs from a derenv. I asked Emacs to load the derenv itself. You see?
Yeah, no, for you it totally makes sense to make a difference. I forgot to make this
Okay,
shit pure.
so
Yeah, but that doesn't matter for what we're gonna do. So here's
let
the
me
things that we
split
have to do.
these. Let me.
So let's first
Please.
read what we did last time. So if you go to the session.lfa, we
No,
should
man, I don't want to
have.
read.
We don't want to read.
Do you think I know? Do you think I know how to?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah,
Okay,
same
so
problem as before. Same problem as before. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
let me see here what we're going to do. So right now we can do what? Just describe me the abilities
We
that we have.
can. Okay, in terms of what we can do, we can
Let's
draw.
backtrack here. So we go here. This is the session, right? So it starts this garbage.
Yeah.
So okay, and
And
then it
right
goes
now,
to the session,
yeah, this goes to the session, which.
which is this,
Yeah, but I
and
don't
then the
remember
session.
what are we calling in there. Can you go back to the previous file? What are we doing there? We're calling
Session send
we're
nothing to
calling.
map
Oh, this
dispatch.
is
You
just the
see?
cowboy thing. Okay, so I know what this is doing. Can you can go back to the other file. This is calling the init function. So there is an init function here.
This
Uh,
garbage.
yeah, and then after that, it calls the toHTML function, which is gonna be basically. Yeah, because if you remember before, we had a way to discover, oh, is this JSON, is this text, is this HTML? So we got rid of that because we're only going to use one handler for that. We're not going to have multiple formats depending on the header. And then what we need to do now is, in this toHTML function, we need to spawn the player's processes and the decider process and do all of that shenanigans in there.
Mhm.
Because this is essentially the first entry point that we're gonna have when the front end is calling us. So everything goes through to HTML essentially.
Okay, so let me think here. So, what are the tasks that I think we should be doing? So let me open my Scratch.
I think we need to discover if we already have a game loop going. Like we need to discover if we already spawned a decider.
Well, we can spawn that here. So spawn a decider,
Spawn players processes.
spawn up, allow. Actually, yeah, it's weird because we should only spawn if the player actually connects. So we should have a request, a post from the front end to connect that player.
Yeah,
to a
we,
room.
we
Yeah,
have
something
arguments
like
in
that.
there. You see line 59? We have request and state there. I think you can poke those things and discover information.
Connect a player to a room. Actually, spawn a room, and then inside of this, if I can, spawn a decider, spawn spawn a player. So those are the things that we need.
Magenta, what is the
Upon
quality of the sharing screen that you're doing here?
I don't know why.
I
Is it
think,
bad?
yeah, maybe the mode that you decided to share is not the text mode, the best text mode.
That is likely string quality.
Somewhere in
Oh
there you
wow,
can,
we have 1080p. No, we don't. We're poor.
yeah, but you can change the mode because I think it's pretty hard to, well, not it's not hard for me to read, but in the recording it's gonna look pretty shit.
Wait, give me a sec. Screen share. Clear text. Yes, I didn't have that. Oh, okay. Discord changed the UI, and I didn't have that. Is it better?
Oh, it's way better. Fuck me. Okay.
Okay. Uh, so let's see. Spawn a decider. Blah blah. So okay. Um, synchronize. Actually, instead of synchronize, propagate state player state.
Oh, there's another thing we need to do. We need to
From
discover
the
how to do the
decider.
SSC via
Actually,
Soundboy.
yeah, yeah. So actually, they'll go here. Broadcast the player state from the decider, and then we propagate player state uh, through. Actually,
We're already kind of doing that. If you
for the
see line 49
system.
there, line 49 is receiving something from the decider essentially.
Wait, this line you're saying this is the
No,
or
no, line
these?
49.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, this is true, HTML. 49, you mean? So this guy.
Yeah, this is going to be the function that's going to be a player process, and the receive is receiving from the decider. We're receiving the new state,
Okay,
and
that's
then
fine.
51 is doing the redacting of information, and so on and so forth.
So let's see. How do we spawn a process in Erlang again? But in
It's just spawn.
LFA.
No, it's literally just spawn. You can see an
Yeah,
example
but
of
I
that in the previous file. Go to the start function
spawn
again.
module name and arguments.
Yeah, we have an example of that in the
This
previous file that
garbage.
you were there.
This is a function. Do I need to return anything in specific here?
Yeah, you need to return this triplet. You need
Not
to return
so.
the triplet.
So I'll leave it untouched and I'll do the stuff here with
Yeah.
a program. Actually, I don't need to.
Yeah, I think there's already an
Uh,
embedded program in the phone.
so spawn. Of course, I have to use
And
this.
no, you don't need to use the Erlang namespace module, but you need to save the spawn. So I will do a let instead.
Garbage. Just put whatever. I know, not the best.
That's fine.
You sounded disappointed, Nanos. That's fine. Okay, so garbage, and then we're gonna send. Oh, actually, let me
Yeah, there's
start
yeah,
with
but there's
arguments.
yeah, but there's an example of the spawn that you can copy paste. Go not in this
Yeah,
file,
man,
of
but it's
course.
just two arguments, man. That's not a problem.
It's in the server.
Whatever. Where's
Yeah, there it
that?
is, line 19.
19. Yeah, it's just a name and an object, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you need to pass the module, then the name, an atom of the module, then an atom of the name of the
Ah,
function, and then the arguments.
but we don't have what to spawn, so we need to do that first.
No, we do have what to spawn. We're gonna spawn player and the decider.
No, wait. First, we spawn the room. You need to create a room first,
Oh,
so you control all the processes in there,
okay,
right?
you are right. We need a room then.
So room state. Uh, I don't think we need that identifier. We already have the PID. So receive.
And then you pattern
Then
match.
we're gonna put. I'm gonna put just a thing here, the same as before. So state.
This,
Actually, we're not gonna be iterating state here, we?
um,
We actually have to loop, right? Because we're gonna have which players are connected. We can't connect all the players up
well,
ahead.
no, the room needs to know in its internal state the PIDs of all the players, and needs to have access to the decider as well. So we have at
Yeah, so
least
it
five
does need.
PIDs.
So it
No, no,
does
no,
need
but no, no, no,
this.
but it doesn't need to receive the state because it can recur itself, right? Like
Um,
we can always
Let me
call
think here.
ourselves.
I mean, you can also receive a state. No, we can't actually. It will be the master process, right? So it doesn't make sense for it to get some state. So what would be the command it receives initially? Um,
Mm,
by the way, this is a tuple, right? In
yeah, this is
LFA.
a tuple. This is a tuple. Yeah.
Okay. So
What's
a
gonna be
tuple.
receiving?
Is,
That's important. Um, well, it
I
needs to
mean, we
receive
do
some
need
sort of
to.
action from the front end, right? Needs to be action of some
Yeah.
sort.
So we need to do like player, right? Player connect. Player
Yeah,
uh connect.
yeah.
I don't need the quotes here, right?
No, you don't because you have the backtick.
And then I pick this
Yeah,
player. I don't know, ID.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so this, and then what do we do with this? We're gonna live a happy life with this, and I'm gonna recurse. So room. Actually, this is state. We gotta figure out what it is. Uh, let me just do this, otherwise we're gonna go
At
insane.
least five. Like it's a map with five things. It's decider ID, player one, two, three, four IDs. I think
Instead of doing this, then players, which is in itself a
it could be a list.
list of what?
It could be a map as well. Well, it would be a list of PIDs, right? We don't know. We only talk to the players. We don't do anything with them.
ID list, whatever.
Oh wait, that actually I lied. There needs to be a mapping between a player process ID and its correspondent number. So for example, if I go join the room, I will have a process ID, but I'm player two. You need to remember that.
Shouldn't the decider deal with that? Because that's
Yeah,
part of.
I thought we had that on
No,
there.
the decider only knows player one, two, three, four. It doesn't have the mapping.
Oh, the
One thing,
decider
by the
has to
way,
create the mapping when the game starts.
But that sounds to me more like a room's responsibility. No, the decider should only decide about the game.
But the order that the players are in the game determines the order that they play, and that affects the
mm,
game rules, right?
I'm not talking about
If
the
any,
order. I'm talking about the
not
identification.
some, maybe not, because here's the thing. For example, what actually determines the order is the win and the wind. So, for example, I am player one. I can be the last one to play in this turn. You see, in one turn. So not necessarily I am the first. You see.
No, no, no. But Marinho is the one talking about the order. I'm just talking about the mapping between
Yeah,
Erlang
yes,
PIDs.
I know. I'm defending you, man. I'm
mm,
saying that the order of the players joining, right, is not necessarily the same as the order of the game. So there are two different orders. One is actually not even an order at all, right? It's just identifiers for. Actually, I think it's just a PID, as you said, with
No,
with information from the client, right? So a tag, an identifier for this guy.
oh, let me explain a little bit more. So the way that we are doing the like going to the next player, we are doing the mod operation there. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do that forever.
mm,
To do
oh,
what you're saying, Magetta, in not having like numbers, only having the PIDs, you're gonna have to do something else about the order.
I mean, theoretically. Hello, Nathan. Theoretically, like the arrangement of the players around the table never changes, right? Starts the
Mm,
same.
no, it doesn't change. What changes is the start. That's it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no. The
Yeah. So
arrangement never changes. Yes.
yeah. So actually, the decider doesn't need to deal with the order of the players directly. Just needs to know, okay, this round, player one is the east, so player one begins, right?
Yeah. There's some complications though. For example, if it's a chi, you can only do that to someone that is immediately on your left, right? So for example, if you're player four, you can only do that to a chi with the player uh, uh, three, right? That is
Right.
immediately before you. If it's a pawn, is if it's with anyone, but then it skips the turns of everybody. You see. So we gotta have that control, but I don't think it maps to exactly this. So I think it should be fine. Man, let's just put this ID. I think it's fine for now. If we feel like we need to add the something else to identify the player, I think we can add that later. That's not an issue.
That's fine, but the decider cannot speak any other language aside from 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's fine. Doesn't matter. Uh, we're gonna make the front end tell like which row it is and which. Actually, we can make it the assignment here because we're gonna know how many players we already have, right?
Exactly. That's why I thought the room was
So
supposed to do the mapping.
Apparently, I'm Magetta now.
are you me?
Oh, I
Acco-
said the wrong
according,
one.
yeah, according to Lemos, yes.
Yeah, my bad.
That makes sense, Marinho. It might be me.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, this should just
Uh,
be a PID to ID, in my opinion.
and a PID. Well, int as well. I suppose big int. Oh, who cares? And then what else do we store? We store the decider PID. And what else?
I'm back. Decided PID. Yeah, for now this is it, I think.
I think, yeah, I think this is it. So let's do that. So let's assume it is that, and then we're gonna add, we're gonna call room again, but with the next state. So, I'm gonna have to use your collections from you guys.
Yeah,
Let me see, what is useful here?
everything. We are using all the functions.
I mean, that doesn't help, Lemos, to say everything. Come on, man.
Well, what are you gonna do? What do you want
We
to do?
should document these, man. Can you guys please do that later? It's hard to
Yeah,
read and
yeah, we
understand what
can
they are.
document that. Well, tell me. We're gonna document them, but tell me what I want to do. I can help you.
I can't. I just need to go to inside the what's that? The players and add a new player. That's it.
Um. Okay, that's not in collections then, because that's essentially. Oh, actually, you can use update in if you want. Given that we have nested maps, you can use update in.
Well, that's
Do
a
we have
get in and
unless?
an updating composed together, right? Because we need to retrieve the current value before setting it.
I don't think we have unless. Do we? When?
No, we don't have unless.
Is when
Eh,
what I think when is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. So
We might have unless in some. Oh, we don't actually have a scheme compatibility module, do we?
let
I
me
think we do, right?
Yeah,
probably. I
we do.
think we might have.
We do have a
Not
skin
sure.
compatibility layer, but
Let me write the condition and then we see what we can use. So we need to see if the length of the players, which we're gonna have to use the length thing if I not. Oh, actually, lists might have it. Length. Are you kidding me?
size.
Ah, why?
Oh, that's actually not it. Okay,
Uh,
let me try to find. Uh, man, we
here.
should we really shouldn't use lists, man. I really hate
Well,
lists in
what?
my life.
I'm
Can't we
pretty
just use
sure
a
that the
map? Come on,
I'm
man.
pretty sure the decider expects
Fine,
a
man.
tuple.
Yeah, the decider has a tuple, right? That's true.
Um, the decider might expect a tuple, yes, but this is the list of players, right?
Yeah, but the players are always four, so we made like a tuple of
Uh,
four.
I mean,
I can
technically,
make a map in that as well. It doesn't matter, but we need
no.
to
I
check the
mean,
size anyhow.
technically, the room needs to wait until the four players all join, right? So there may be less than four players initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay. Either a list or a map. I rather use a map.
I hate maps, man.
Really?
Yes, I do. Because they
I don't think a map would be the correct structure here either. I would go for a list.
I would go with the map because we can check if we have one, two, three, or four keys, and each key has the PID as a value, right?
I mean, you can make a direct connection between these and these. That's fine. And to be honest, I don't care.
Well,
I am
I'm not
nihilist
seeing
today.
how you make the size of the list using the Erlang thing.
No, Erlang length. That's it.
Okay,
We
so
have done this already.
I I really dislike the lists module from Erlang, so it doesn't have many nice things.
Yeah, and it is technically constant time because we know the list will never be longer than 4 items. So I'm actually fine with that.
So
Yeah,
let me
okay.
see. How do I modify this garbaggio? This list. Do we have cons or anything? Lists?
We have cons.
You have cons. No,
Oh,
but
I have
those
concat.
those.
I have concat,
No,
Marinho.
no. You're gonna make Marinho cringe. Just cons.
Uh,
No, but that's a built-in in LFA,
list
so it's just cons.
cons. Okay. I don't need to use the module, right?
Yeah.
So cons, and then
Player
I'm gonna.
ID.
How do I access the thing, the players inside of the
You use a
thing?
get
Out
in.
of the tuple?
Well, use an
Get
update in, because that's what we need to do here.
Okay, but the updating, I pass what? Let me look at this pass key
You
function.
need to pass the the structure. Look at line 30. That's the best example. You pass the structure, then you pass the a list of keys that you want to go nesting, and then the value. That's it.
A list of keys that I want to go nesting.
Yeah. So if you have a
It's
map within a
basically
So
map within a
I
map,
see. So I see.
yeah, it's
What
basically
if
a
I?
path from the root into whatever place in the data structure.
So if I have none, it can be empty.
yeah.
Yeah, if you pass an empty list, it's just going to return the structure as it is because well,
So in that case, it will be then uh, update in.
And
Oh, I
then
need to use
list,
the
yeah, call.
collections.
Yeah, you can make an
Wait,
alias for
call?
that.
Oh, I see. I don't mind using this.
can I just say that as someone used to working with Clojure, it's very confusing that we are actually following the LFE naming convention. So update is not actually the same thing as update from Clojure. It's actually more
Yeah.
like an ASOC, an ASOC.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, go on now. Now you pass a list of keys, a list of symbols, atoms. Yes.
So that would be.
Players.
So it's just players in
Yeah,
this
just
case.
players.
Players.
You don't need to put the extra single quote because this is already quoted.
This?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then you pass the value that you
So
want.
the value that I want to assign to whatever.
Yeah, but
Should,
that's why
it just
Marinho's.
concats, right?
Yeah, that's why Marinho wanted to do a get and then an update because you need to get the current set of players and then
And this, you see, this is why I don't like this. This is confusing. Like because you start to talk about keys and I hate this.
yeah, that's a very. I'm noticing that this is only natural for you and me, Marinho, because of closure.
Uh, since this is at the top level of the state map, can't you just do a normal get and set?
Yeah, this is on the top level of the state, Magito. Why not just use a get and a
So
set?
man, wait. I need to get. I'll dictate what I want. I want to
Sure.
get the players first. How do I do that?
Map get state players.
Map get, which is a primitive, right?
Primitive.
Map get, and what are the arguments for this garbage
Uh,
again?
state. I believe the map
State.
comes first.
Why is the thing first, man? Kill me.
Um,
Okay, state,
and then the
and then a
key.
key. So player. So these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Players, right? Players.
Oh yes. Actually, it's a state, right? Oh no, sorry. Players. It's the key.
Yeah.
Okay. Then with this, I can now cons on the
Yes.
players.
Yes.
Okay, that's simple.
Cons on that.
And then I'll cons
Player
a new
ID.
tuple,
Yeah,
which will
new
be
tuple. Yeah.
what?
Wait. Marinho, I think the backtick with the hashtag that's only for pattern matching, right?
That's for pattern matching.
No,
So
you
it's
can also
this.
use it to construct a tuple as well.
Oh, okay. So you need the
It will
backtick.
just not evaluate, right? I
I
suppose.
prefer having the tuple, the other way of constructing a tuple, which is writing tuple, like you do with lists.
Yeah, the problem with doing with the backtick is that then you have to unquote the content, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, if I do like these, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I prefer
Oh,
not using.
it actually does not evolve.
Yeah, does not
Yeah,
evolve.
the
That's
main
fantastic.
purpose the main purpose of the backtick there is actually so you can unquote the content, not really because the tuple
Oh,
is.
but if I use tuple, it does evolve
Yeah,
first.
it's the same
It
thing
does,
for
yeah.
lists. So you use the single quote and list keyword for the exact same purpose.
At least the tuple is predictable, so let's go with that.
Yeah,
The word, I mean.
yeah,
Okay, so we need to make a new entry. Actually, I want to check first instead of cons. I just need to check. Actually, I should pick this before, right? So let's do that.
yeah. Let's do a let.
Let players, because I'm gonna use that again. Oops, I'm just joining you. So these, and then we get the players. So if there is, what I want is just a when, right? Because I don't want the else. Although I can just do if and ignore it, I suppose.
Yeah, when the length of players
So
is equal to 4, right? Or less than
it's
4,
yes, less than 4.
then
Yeah,
you
so
do
less
something
than
about that.
4.
And the else needs to be
Yes.
like an error or something.
Should I check the case of where it's less? No, it's a least length. You can't get that. That's silly. So if a least length, because in Python the least length I think it can be negative. Some
Yeah,
actually C.
Uh,
Never mind,
that's
C
not gonna
functions,
work
but
there.
that's error. Um, CC.
oh, you can index using a negative number, which is actually a nice thing because it behaves as if you were putting a mod in the index,
Mhm.
right? -1 is the last element.
Yeah, I mistook with this state management, right? Like C uses 0, -1, and etc.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
some
yeah.
functions. Okay, so if we have less, then that means that we can concat. So
Yes,
cons.
yeah. We can cons. But here's
Um,
another problem. We need to discover which number we're gonna put, right? Which one we are at.
that's good question. So can we can't get a race condition here, can we?
It's always the length plus 1, no? No, it's always the length.
You
Like for
can't
example,
get
if
Wait,
you
a
wait.
have
race
true,
Can
condition.
you
if we have
can you
true,
get two processes? Hear me out. Can you get two processes at the same time, getting the same length? In theory, you can, right?
What do you mean?
yeah, we're gonna have only one
What if
run.
yes, but you can still have two players connecting, and then it will trigger two processes.
No, it's going to trigger two messages to
Yes,
the same
Yes,
it will
process,
which
queue
and
them.
then
which may be processed at the same time, and you get the same
mm,
length.
actually no, they cannot because each process has a mailbox, and that's a queue. It actually serializes the messages into some order.
Yeah, if both
So
players
this,
connect, we're gonna do
so it
one by
will.
one.
So what you're saying is that it will synchronize the state before it allows the other process to come in with the recursion.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yeah, it's perfect.
good
But
when
here's
you
the
have.
thing: I discovered how to do the math. So grab the length of the players and put in the let, and the length is always the number, right? Because if you have two players, that means that you need to add player three, which is 0 based, so it's two, right?
Zero based, but Erlang is one based.
Are we gonna do 1 base just because Erlang?
When in Rome,
Okay. So it's always the length minus one. No, it's always the
um,
length. Actually, it's always the length. Yeah, always the length.
So that's this player -1. So then we always
This is last player
uh,
ID. That makes sense.
yeah, last
Actually,
player
that's
ID.
actually that's not quite true because if it's always the length, wait, but this is
So it will
last player
pick
ID.
if
Oh, it
wait,
is
this
length.
is
It is +1 then, right? Because if you have two players, we already have ID 1 and 2 taken.
so this size of this oh man. Size of this garbage is 3, I
Yeah,
see.
it's length plus
So
1. It's length plus 1. It's last player ID plus 1.
um actually doesn't matter because if you have 4, that will be already 4 and then you cannot connect because there's already 4 players. So we
Yeah.
don't need to do -1.
No, it's not. It's +1 Magetta because hear me out.
Why?
Let's say that the length is 2. Okay? We are about to add the third guy, right?
Okay, so what?
So it's the length plus 1. The con. What we're gonna do in the cons there. Does that make
Player
sense?
there's 3 guys already.
Yeah, there's three
I
guys.
want
So last player
I
ID is
only
3.
want I only want 1, right? So if I have the length, it will be 3. 3 is less than 4.
Yes.
Then it adds. So now there's 4. It goes again. Somebody else tries to connect. They
Yes, but now
try.
we have
Now
4.
length is 4. Now it disallows. So why do we need minus or +1 here?
Because we are talking about two different things. We are trying to use the length as an ID, right? So,
Yes.
Why do you need to do that though?
well, because how are we gonna know which one to add to the list number there, right? That's what Magetta
You
wants.
you
No,
can just
I
reverse
would
the
want
list and they will be in the correct order.
No, forget about the order.
no,
Fuck
I
the
think the
order.
order is not like I can just do +1 here, right?
Yes,
On the last
exactly.
player.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
that's what you were okay, that's what you meant. I
Yeah.
see. So, okay, so these, and then I'll add a tuple with the number, and the number is the player number. So last player ID. Should I put number actually? But anyway,
Plus 1.
can I do this? Does this
Yes.
exist here?
No. I don't know if the one close to the plus is gonna work. Probably not.
Uh,
Ah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And then
So,
we need to
do I
add
have ink
the.
though? Let me see. Give me a sec. We don't.
We don't have ink.
Okay, so this and what is the other
And the
that
other
I
is the
want?
player ID.
Is the player ID, which so I need to spawn the process first. So,
No,
yeah. So spawn
no, you are receiving the process on line 62, my friend.
line 62.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this guy here. So, oh wait, but we are spawning before the player even connects. That's not right.
No. The I guess what you call player ID is some sort of identification that is coming to room. So room is receiving a request to connect
Actually,
this
man,
player.
I think we should actually put nothing here, man.
Okay then.
Do I need to put this? Does this
No,
work?
no, you can just remove it
Can I
and
just do
yeah, you
this?
can remove the tuple altogether actually.
Oh yeah, because it's just a thing, right? So, but I do need this, I
Yeah, you
suppose.
do need the yes.
Okay. So then,
Then now you
okay,
need to
then it's
spawn it
easy.
yourself. Now you need to
Yeah.
spawn it yourself.
So let's do it here. So spawn module first. So what is the module of that garbage? It is the same as here, session. Name of it is player. And what do I send to it? How do I send things in LFE to it?
It's exactly the same, but it's with the question mark. Well, you want to. Oh, this is a list
No,
in
no,
there.
yeah. So it is, I need to send the state and the number in argument. So it's a list, you're telling me?
Yeah, it's a list. No, actually, sorry. This is. No, this is a list. This is a list of arguments. This is a list of arguments. That's true.
Okay, so what are the arguments I want?
So player currently on line 48, it's receiving two things. It's receiving the state of the full state of the game, and it's
Mm-hmm.
receiving its number. So it's receiving like 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that means that we would have to create the state of the game here as well.
Well, yeah, the room, the entity that you're creating right now, the room, all will be the one responsible of either already having the initial state of the game or bootstrapping one from scratch.
Oh yeah. So let's see. It should be these, right? I remember we even did this.
No, no, no. There
But
is
there
a
was a
function.
function
There is a
somewhere.
function. Go to game.lfa.
Yes, I remember. It spawns the player stuff, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
recall.
it does a bunch of stuff. It's
It's
game.
game, right?
Yeah, so
Initial
initial game.
player,
Initial
initial
game.
game. Where's that? Where's
29.
initial game? And I'm blind. Oh, here. So this returns to me a map. Okay.
Yeah, it returns you what's going to be the current player. It returns you a full wall, and it returns you all the players' thingies.
Okay. So I need to keep this in my own state, right, of the
Which is
room.
what we're gonna be recurring.
To update all of this garbage later will be hard. So
Yeah, I think we need to
uh,
detect if you already created players before or not. So if this is the first player, we need to do all of this shit. If this is not the first player, you already have stuff inside.
yes, but let me think here real quick because we spawn one room on request of connection, right? So there'll be one state per room. Okay, that makes
Yes,
sense.
one state per room.
Okay, that's fine. So I don't think we need to worry. We just need to keep that on the state, yeah. So we can add that on the first player, yes, but
Yeah.
then we need to check here. That's awful, Linus. So here, uh, last player ID. So if it is 0,
we're not gonna do zero based. We're gonna do one based. Well, zero the length,
no,
you
but
mean, right?
yes. So if it is 0, then
I'm starting to think it's better to do this last player ID check with a cond or a case because we're gonna have many ifs in at least two ifs.
another thing we could do is spawn the session only on the last player. Not sure
Ooh,
if it changed. I mean, it does make it easier for us to handle the subsequent calls because you just need to check is this fourth, then spawn this process. You see,
yeah, I
but
see
then
what you're
you
saying.
don't have the PIDs for each one of these guys, and it will be empty so far. You see, I don't know
No,
if we
but
need to change
yeah,
something
no, but
here
I don't think that. Wait, wait, wait,
because
wait.
it does receive the state, right?
Yeah, but it receives the state, but this player function doesn't do communication aside from receiving. It doesn't do a send.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, after on the fourth player, after we create for everybody, and we know it's the fourth because it's the last one required to open the room. Actually, it's the third. You can play with 3 people, uh, but you close the room, right? Everyone is ready. Then at that point, you broadcast to all this player IDs the new state. You see, and then the game starts. I think that might be easier because otherwise we have to check every time, like who are you? Like what number is you? Can I
Yeah, I
create that?
agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
So let's just spawn it once and have a merry life. So
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do like until is 4. We're gonna just be
actually,
okay.
oh man, this will be easier because we are gonna have another here, which is ready, right? So everyone needs to say ready to start the game, right?
Everyone needs to say ready. When you say everyone, do you mean like all the players, right?
Yes, all the you can't start the room, the game until everyone clicks OK, right?
But now you have to wait for 4 readies, man.
Yes, but
Okay.
well, once they're all ready, then so we should add also here ready.
And then we're gonna have a
And of
counter.
course, I'm going to make it a bool.
No, but you need to have a counter, my friend, because you need to remember how many players already said ready before.
That's okay, man. I can add a counter. That's not an issue.
Okay, but then player connect doesn't to do any of these things, right? It doesn't need to do check of less than 4 and
Actually,
stuff.
You should probably use a list of booleans, which is cringe in the bin, but
Uh, I mean, if it's a list of booleans, I can splice and do an end. That would be easy.
and the
Uh,
reason for that is because you also want to know which players are ready, right?
well, that's why I added on these, right? Inside of the record for the player.
That also
Yeah,
works.
that also works.
So let's add here, and then we need to know which player is doing that. So actually, we're gonna need this. So this garbage, it's gonna be lovely, Lemos. You'll see, man.
Well,
Player.
right now we have three variables. We have process IDs, we have the identification of the players, and we have the readiness of the players. We have many variables.
But here's the thing: for the player, for the front end to send this in the beginning to begin with, we're gonna need to reply to them after this ends, right? After they join
Yes.
successfully
Yes.
the room,
Mhm.
who you are, right? So you are player
Mhm.
2, let's say.
Mhm.
Okay, so Nathan, we need to send this back. That's fine. Man, we
Yeah.
should document this stuff because it's very hidden behavior, like the state management.
Well, we are
I'm sure the
documenting
next.
it. It's being recorded.
Thank you, Lemos. I'm going to watch for 1 hour of us talking about all sorts of stuff just to do that.
Exactly, but it is
It's a
documented.
good thing to make it. Actually that's a good thing to make Nathan do, right? I approve that actually. Okay, so I need to pick the player. I wonder if I should just pick the player before the receive. No, I can't. I should, right? I can make a let here.
Last time I tried doing a let before I
I'll
receive, it
not
didn't
try.
work.
I'll not try.
Yeah, yeah. Last
Forget
time
about that.
I tried that, didn't work.
So I'll pick the players. And
Let
I don't think I'll
before
need this.
receive. What do you
I
mean?
don't
Let
think I
before the
need
receive.
to pick the. But what recurses is actually the receive? No. Actually, no. It's a recursive function, so it actually keeps listening all the time. So I think I should be able to do this, right?
I
Let's
tried,
one and
and
pick
that didn't
something.
work back then.
You have to put the receive inside of the let for that to work.
Yeah, I tried that as well. That also didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, right? But well, anyway.
Why would it not work though?
I have no
Yes,
idea.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay, so
maybe
players,
I
we're
was
gonna
going
need
crazy. You guys can
that.
try.
So I need to pick. Can I pick? Oh, I do have that. Awesome. So I do have an list nth, right?
No, no, that's cringe. But okay, you do have that.
I do. So I can pick the and man, it's a list of 4 people,
No, no,
right?
no. That's not the
If this
cringe
is costly,
part. It's not about performance.
okay. If
It's
It's
you
about
were
about
being one
indexing.
base.
Yeah, not only
oh
it's indexing, it's one based.
true based, let me pick the functions modules. No, I need to find Erlang Erlang lists module. This is why I don't like languages not having types. You need to keep looking at documentation.
Well,
Aren't types a form of documentation?
Yes, I mean, I suppose you are looking at them, but you don't need to open a browser and look. And there we
well,
go.
but to solve that
So
problem,
and
you can have LSP. You can. I'm not saying.
yes, I can, but look at the shitty one I have.
Yeah.
So you pass the okay. So first is the number. So that will be player ID, right? Player ID, and this dude and dudate will be
Players.
the players.
Yeah, players.
So okay, fine. I have this guy, and now I need to update this very individual. So I will use the updating again.
Yeah, fortunately we
Update.
make the updating work with lists. So what I want to do?
No, I mean I'll update the. I can update the players, but I was going to update something else. But I can update players on the position.
Yeah, this accepts position. It can be a list of numbers.
So wait a second. The updating already picks a path. Can I send? Do you guys make it to be able to send a number as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if I send these, oh man. So if it works like this, that's magic. So I don't know, but it's a tuple, right?
It should work on tuples as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but I I want to change the third element of the tuple, right?
You just use the number 3 because it's one based, like Erlang.
So would it be then you say player ID
3?
and then player ID again?
Wait.
Supposing that
Wide
we
player
start this guy with actually no,
alt?
sorry. This is not a list, right? This is inside the thing. So never mind. So it's just player ID, right? And then we just pass the not even need this. We just pass true. Is this how you put true?
Update in
How do you make true?
in the
Is it just a
players.
token?
You would probably need to unquote the player ID, no?
Do I? It's not how I did on the other one. Oh, but it was a map, I think. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being a map is different.
I mean, it
Because
receives a list, right? So does it matter?
No, no, no. When it was a map, you were the quote worked because we were nesting keys of the map. This we are nesting a list, which means it needs to be numbers. The quote it needs to be have a comma.
Oh yes, yes. Oh, sorry, uncd. Yes, these, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so true. So updating player. So that should update this guy, right? Um, but actually, this is not updating the thing. How do I update the third element of the tuple? Can I
3.
put 3?
Yeah.
That's magical. Okay.
I hope
So
this works. I'm actually not sure. Marin, are you sure?
let's try. Let's try up here. So update.
why wouldn't it? We're already using it
Yeah.
even.
No, but Mageta is using with like heterogeneous collections, man. He's using the
Wha-
first to be a list
Oh, it's
and the
recursive,
second to
right?
be
So I
tuple.
think it doesn't matter.
Well, let's try.
Let's see. So I'll try sending 1 and 2. Okay.
Okay. And now we need to
And
pass the structure.
I'll make a actually I'll make first a yeah, I'll make a map first. Actually, it's a list, right?
Wait,
So
we are
I'll
missing
make
an
it.
argument, right?
Are we?
Yeah,
Oh
we
yes,
need three
the
arguments. We need to have the structure, and then the nesting, and then the value.
the value. Yes, I was putting the value in the wrong place. So these.
Yeah, this is the
So
structure.
it would be.
Make this a list
Ah yeah.
first, and then the elements of the list is a tuple, are tuples.
So list, and then we're gonna put a tuple
Yeah?
1, 2, and 3. That's fine. So we're gonna update the first guy of the list. Actually, let's do 2 of them, just to test the idea.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. It's good to have a REPL.
Yeah. And
And then
now
we're
you
gonna
you
change by
put the
true.
value there.
There we
It
go.
did.
That is correct.
Actually, it does work. Damn, I'm proud of us, Marinho.
Okay, so these, and then what we're going to update, substitute it for, is the players. Okay, so I think the best way to do it. Let me think here. So we're gonna need this, right? Let me see what we had here from the leftovers. We're checking if it's the fourth player. That doesn't matter anymore, I suppose.
No, it matters because if it's 4, we are ready to start the game. Then we need to spawn the
Yeah, but I
cider and
mean, we
stuff.
just need to update. We just need to update in the what's the name? The what's the state?
The state, yeah.
And then we pass the this guy, which will be. Is that thing also a list? What is that?
The state is the currently is a map.
Oh yeah, so I need to pass players, right? That's it. So I pass this, and that should be it. And then we can recurse again a
Actually,
room.
that's it, yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
know that you can combine these two update ins in a single one, right?
I could, yes,
You
because
can
it's
actually
already the
do that.
room, right?
No, no, no. You can just do update in state and then
Yes,
players.
I got it. State, and then I pass the oops, and then I pass
players there.
players.
That's it.
Yep.
This is why update in
More like
is very convenient in Clojure, because everything there are maps. So we use this to do this type of shit.
Technically, updating enclosure also works for vectors.
No, no, yes, it does
the-
work with other collections, but I normally use it only for maps.
Not other
act-
collections. It works for associative collections.
Eh,
It doesn't work for lists, for instance.
that's fair.
okay, but going back here. So if it is the now we don't need to check these
Yeah, we
anymore.
don't need to
So if
check
it's
any of these
just
things.
these, let me see what we're doing here. So cons, tuple, and then we are adding a new player because it doesn't exist anymore. Still doesn't exist. Oh, by the way, what happens if this doesn't exist? So for example, I try to update position 4,
I think
5.
it's gonna blow up.
It blows up. So we would need to we would
Um,
need to start with something there, don't we?
Yeah,
When we
we're gonna
start
have
the
a
player.
neat state of the room. Like the to
Yeah, so
HTML
here
when it calls the room, we're gonna have to
okay,
initialize
so
the state of
this
the room.
we need to pass the PID of this guy, right?
Uh huh.
The PID of the, is okay. So that and also let me put on a new line like this. It's easier to read. And then pass false, right? Now it should work.
Wait, I'm actually sorry. So you have cons, tuple, then you have the number, PID. Yes, actually, yes, that's correct. Wait, but that
Uh,
updating is not gonna fly. You're missing one argument.
yes, I know. I'm just looking at the parentheses, as most lispers do all day. Uh, so okay, I need to pass the path.
Yeah, you need to pass the
So the
path.
path of this guy. Oh, we're just updating the players, right? Nothing
Yeah,
else. So players. Okay, I'm getting the gist of it.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Uh, and then we just run on the room, right?
Yeah, but this is an if, so you're missing the else.
Yeah, that's why I wanted none less, but we can't, right? Because we need to quit this guy, otherwise he'll kill the process, right?
I just
Uh,
use a when in this case then.
no, but it will kill the process, right? If I
Ah, because we
quit
need.
without making
Well,
the
that's
call.
true. Actually, that's actually true.
So how do I do it? Is it like I don't think you use these here, do we?
Use which one?
How do I
Sorry.
like it, you don't add else, you just put the branch here, right?
Yes, you just put the branch there.
Okay, so that will be just room with
State.
state, but we also need to send an error message, but we can do that later, right? We can do a
Yeah, we
send
can do that later.
here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pro. Is it program or do? Man, I am getting confused with these many lists.
it's progin.
Okay.
Um, it might be able to use do if you use the closure compatibility, but there's no point. It's literally the same thing.
Wait, why would they map the do in the closure compatibility in that case?
Just to make
But
people used to
oh, they
it,
do
I
have a
guess.
do, but it's called a do too. What the fuck is that?
Do true. It does as well. Do true. Uh,
It does as well. Do too.
yeah,
Oh, there
you
is a
do it
when
too.
not. There is a when not, which is the unless.
Ah,
Yeah,
but
for
we
some
don't
reason.
want that here, right? We
Yeah,
want
Yeah,
yeah,
the
we
no,
don't
we
want that
don't.
here.
Yeah, for some reason, unless is not called unless enclosure. It's called when not. I don't get it, to be honest.
yeah, that's weird. Okay, so
Do to
that should
closure.
be it, I guess. Man, these cryptic numbers, they're scaring me. So let me just add a comment here. Updates the ready status of each player, which is the third value
Cryptic
in the
numbers.
tuple. Yeah, because
Yeah, no, I
imagine
understand. I understand what you said.
imagine you open the code and then you see player ID quoted with a back quote and then three. Like what the heck? True, like true quoted. Sounds silly. And I forgot the parentheses here. which may indicate that I have another parenthesis that is broken. Give me a sec. No, that looks right. That looks right too. So this should end here. Yeah, that looks all right. So there's something else that's broken. No? Undefined function updating. Oh, yes. Ugh, garbage.
Oh, right. You need to actually qualify it with the module name.
It sounded depressing saying that, buddy.
Man,
Oh,
do2
yes, you need to qualify.
is a sibling of a fold enclosure.
Kinda not actually. Do2 is kind of like a thread first, except it's intended to be used with mutable objects, and it's mostly used when you're doing interop with Java.
But
Hmm.
if that's the case, why in the fuck we have compatibility with LFA with that?
Because you have processes and you can send messages to the process repeatedly, right?
Oh, okay, so that's the use case. What's your question, Maggot?
I don't know what I said, to be honest.
Okay.
Silly things, ignore it. Okay. So, actually, I wanted this to be a map, right? So I need to make an empty map.
Yeah, no, you do back
How do I
quotes
make an
and
empty
then
map
comma
again?
map.
Comma map?
Yeah,
Okay,
comma
because I
map.
need to evolve.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait. Can't I just do these then? Why do I need the back
Uh, I
quote?
think I tried this before, and it didn't work, but I don't remember.
Backquote comma map, it's because spawn actually takes a list of arguments, not just a single argument.
I
Yeah,
see.
that's
So,
that's why. Okay, thank you, Money. Yeah, I know I'm
okay.
not
So
crazy
then,
when I
then
did
I
that
need to
stuff.
make two lists, right? I need to do
Yeah, that's
this.
actually a good question.
Would this
So,
work then? I think this would work then.
no, but we are doing update ins, assuming that the keys are there. So, Marinho, I have a question for you. Do you remember if we made the collection functions like write stuff? Like if you do an update in with a key that doesn't exist?
If it's a map, it's just going to add the key.
Oh, so we did. Okay, nice.
We are just deferring to the primitives, and the primitives are sensible.
Okay.
Primitives are sensible.
Unlike Python's
Uh,
primitives, which are not sensible.
let's do something cursed
Of
here.
course. Of course he would say that. What curse do you want there, Maggot?
Wait.
Oh,
Showing
you're
a
cooking a curse. Okay.
game room. I'm using AI for a good reason,
Okay.
which is generating, which is generating HTML. That's the good reason.
Oh, that's
Uh,
gonna be
ge-
fancy, man.
yeah,
That's
generate
gonna
a
be.
table in HTML for showing a game room, Mahjong. Let's be specific. Game room table, game room with 4 players. Uh,
I'll be right back.
it's yeah, that's fine. I just want a simple
Yeah, but
table
there's another
HTML,
problem actually.
which is
When we call the browser, it will call to HTML and it's gonna spawn the room, but then it's gonna do nothing. We're not gonna see anything.
oh man, it even generated CSS for this game.
Damn.
True power, man. We're talking here. I gotta paste this and I'm gonna laugh. Give me a sec.
It's gonna be cursed.
We will. We know that.
Man, let's put that in a
Let me just
constant. Come on.
put this here to test. Give me a sec. So this rack while it generates the gibberish. So this and now copy. Beautiful. And let's see what it generated. Hopefully not garbage, which usually is the case. Damn.
Damn.
How do I restart this thing here?
Init column restart.
This?
Yeah.
Will that
And it's
really? Oh,
fucked. Okay, so function room is unused. That's true. The result of
landed
calling
on
map
the
get is ignored. We're doing a map get without reason
that is
somewhere.
being ignored. Let me just put room here.
One.
One.
Yeah.
And where is map get? That is
Map
ignored. Why are
get
you
is
doing that?
somewhere we're doing a map get that is useless. So can you do a swiper there?
Line 61. So it's on that function, right? On the room.
So there is a map get that
Oh,
is not being
these.
used.
There's one map get here, another here, and that's it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wait, there is something wrong. Oh, on 74 we're not using that.
Oh man, why do we even need this, right? In
I
this
don't
case here.
remember. I
I
actually
mean,
don't
we
remember.
don't, right? We're already updating the theme,
Yeah,
right?
I
So
think I
we
think
don't
you're
need
right.
this.
I think you're right.
But what about these, though? Why are you
These we do
complaining?
need though, because we need to do the update in on the players. We need to do the cons.
Yeah, it is being used, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one is
but
being
now
used.
but now the process dilemmas. I need to kill
Yeah, the
it.
process died. Yeah, that's true.
Ah, so garbage. So this spawn. There we go. Now, if I go to the browser and I see the beautiful HTML. Oh
It
wow.
fucked. It shit the bed. So
Internal error. It
can you
what the
scroll up?
heck?
Let's read. So what is
Connection
there?
process.
Blah blah
String
blah.
entry.
Stream one.
Do you think it was one of the characters that he couldn't process?
I think
Oh,
it's
new.
because of
Oh,
new
these men.
lines.
No, these men. It's
Oh,
probably. How did it compile then? That sounds weird. No, I don't think that's the case.
I think are the new lines,
Uh,
man. I think the new lines are fucked.
trash. I'll ask AI to generate a single line.
Okay.
Can you make it all
Like we
in a
can literally
single
do that
line?
with Emacs right now, but okay.
I can, but well, I already got a slave to do that for me. So why should I bother, right? Yeah, it is shopping, but I think that's actually Emacs. That's not really the. In LFA,
What's the
can
question?
you?
And by the way, we're not gonna be doing this, right? We're not doing server-side
No, of
rendering.
course.
So what the fuck?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So this looks better. Can you just provide me the string, please? Thank you. Uh, let it, let's wait. There we go. So we are gonna cut this guy. I just want to see, right, and populate stuff so we can interact with it very quickly.
That's fine.
Uh, and have some crazy cool
There's
results
something
in the
fucked in that.
process.
Somewhere it's
I
doing a
think I
semicolon.
know.
Somewhere.
It's double quotes there.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, so
now,
let's restart again and see what the fuck's gonna happen now.
init restart.
Restart.
Yeah, okay. Uh, okay.
There it
It
is.
just takes a while, but
Yeah, and it doesn't remember the previous bindings.
wow, wow.
It
This
worked.
was looking. This is fancy, Lemus.
It worked.
This is professional work, man. This is professional work. I feel
that
like a pro right
that
now.
reaction was great. I'm very glad I got that on camera.
Wait, let me share my browser. Give me a sec. Let me just see if I don't have work stuff. No, that should be fine.
Wow, that's professional.
So here, where do I share both windows? There you go. Can you see?
Not yet. Oh, now I can. Now I can.
So let's paste.
Okay.
Professional. Is it not? It's even showing last action. Discarded.
I'm
Draw
back.
Richie. This is it, money.
Oh, wow.
This is the future.
This is the future, man. We just need to change the encoding, right? But well,
Welcome to the future.
and this is the future menu.
But it was a
A
bunch of new
table
lines, so
of
I was right.
HTML.
Okay.
Man, this is
What do you
giga based.
what do you mean a bunch of new lines? I don't get it.
It's because before it worked, Magenta pasted the formatted version of this HTML, and it blew up.
And it was the strings, right? So now at least I could just escape them, and it shows that. So cool. Now we can. No, we can already do things like, for example, I don't know why. By the way, the Unicode is being. I'm not sure if this is Unicode to be honest. Anyway, like these characters, like west, south. You see,
Mhm.
some of them are getting bugged. Actually, all of them are. If you see here, I think it's the encoding of a cowboy. If I have to get, if I have to guess.
Damn, that would be a very interesting issue to solve there.
Well, it's probably something we should take a look if it's cheap, right? But anyway, like now we can change this table to add, like with string interpolation, right? We can make this a string and a function that changes the display of the table
Mhm.
to make a button here, and then the player goes here and clicks, and then he joins, and then he shows up on this seat. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it. I'll take a screenshot of this and I'll show Nathan. I'll go have dinner and I'll be right back. If you wanna do the, what can we do after this? By the way, we already spawned the room and the players.
Well, we
So
need no,
oh,
we
we need
didn't
to
spawn the
check if all the,
players.
no, we do. We just need to
We'll
spawn
spawn the decider. We
through
also don't
here.
have a decider.
Yes. So after all the players have ready, right? They're all ready. You need to initiate the game, right? So that will be. Well, I think we can send a message to ourselves and then handle here, like init game, and then that triggers the action on the last player joining, right? So we always check like update this to true, and if everyone is true,
Yeah.
then
Then you send your message to yourself to initialize the game.
Can't you just
yeah, and
initialize the game without sending a message to yourself?
Yes.
you can, but I don't know if it makes it less organized, right? I think we're gonna have to spawn the player and broadcast the state again for all the players, right? So it's two things that we gotta do to start.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so I'll commit this. I'll be right back. Collections.
Because,
Okay, not
like, I
sure
gotta be
why we
honest,
got
the
that.
idea of sending a message to yourself gives me
It's like
Kafka
Kafka.
flashbacks.
Yes, I know you would say that. I know you would say that. Room. Man, I'm happy this
Yeah,
we
no.
did the backbone of it. Now Nathan can actually interface with us. We just need to make the endpoint, right?
Well, we're still missing, well, a lot of stuff, but okay.
No, yeah, of course, but I mean, we can get started with something actually on the front end that can interact with us.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'll be right back.
I am opening my Emacs here. Okay, so oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Okay, so can you see the screen, Marin?
Can I see the screen? Yes, I can.
Yeah, so there's still a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of stuff missing, man. Because, for example, Mageta didn't notice that when you spawn a player, you actually need to provide these two arguments to it, right?
Right, you do.
But that's a problem because at this point in time we don't have them, right?
Uh, Updating state, players, we have the room. We have the room.
Yeah, I'm almost like removing this from here and just spawning all the players once we are all ready. What do you say?
Spawn session player.
Yeah, because my Mageta is spawning them as like, okay, this is your ID, this is your process ID, and then this is your readiness. But this function was made with the thought that you're actually going to provide the state of the game and its identity.
I think those processes should be separate actually. Because here's the thing. You have the connection to the player while they are sitting in a room waiting for the game to start, right?
Oh, they
And
are
that's
waiting
one
to be
thing.
ready. When they connect, they will be waiting, and then they will have a ready button. Apparently, that's
Well,
how Magenta
yes, and then
envisioned this.
well, yes, you enter the room, you wait for the other players to join, everyone gets ready, and when everybody's ready, the game actually starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like the process that the player needs to talk to at that point, you shouldn't need to care about the state of a Mahjong game because the game hasn't started yet.
That's what I said. The player function that we made last time assumes that you already have a state to play with.
Yeah, what we need actually is
We can just
we
do this, right?
takes a number that doesn't quite work because what we can do is say, okay, we also have a version of player which takes one argument, which is just the number of the player. And we can use that to handle the waiting part before we actually start the game, right? Until
But
everybody
but I
gets
but I
ready.
don't see the need for that because here's the kick. During this timing of like players are connecting, nobody needs to have any process because they are just waiting, right? They're
How
just
do
waiting.
they know? Okay, do we not want to show them the other players joining the room and getting ready?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So do you want to do this because then we can inform the front end that this guy is ready, this guy is ready, or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. So you want to make
Uh,
a version of player that
that just
receives
takes
one
the player
argument.
number, yeah.
And what does it do?
I'm not sure exactly what we want to have in the waiting room before the game starts, but one thing that it
Waiting
definitely needs to
player.
be, yeah, but one thing that it definitely needs to be able to do is just say, okay, the game is about to start, here's a state, and then this process will need to tail call player with the fresh state, the initial state, right?
Okay, I have a proposal. I have a proposal. Uh, HTTP ID. And another argument that we put here is HTTP ID. So this is the ID of the process of the two HTML. Okay? And then when the waiting player gets informed that okay, ready another player number, and then do stuff with it. Well, this is now a problem because now we have two arity 2, right? And we're gonna have to do
No, no,
something
no,
about
no.
that.
You are mixing things, Lemos. One thing is, oh, actually, no, that's fair. Actually, I suppose we do need to forward to the front end that, hey, this player is now ready, so you should display them as ready,
And
right?
then this will be already. And then these needs to do something different. What do you say?
Already actually needs to take an argument, in fact.
An argument. What's that gonna be?
It needs to take the initial state of the game, right? Because if everybody's ready, that means we're about to start the game, so there should be a game state.
I see what you're saying. Well, but I don't think we need this ID here because this can be done in the room itself. Like when the room detects that a player was connected, it has everything that it needs to have in order to communicate to the front end that hey, this guy joined the party. So we
The
don't
problem is
in
that
here we do nothing.
the problem, Lemos, is that it needs to communicate to four front ends potentially, not just one.
It needs to receive 4.
Because like each
Okay, so we
player,
receive it here.
we receive it here. But each waiting player should only communicate with the player that it cares about. Each waiting player process, I should say.
Yeah, but how are we gonna? Well, that's part of this SSC, right? We don't know how to do the SSC yet.
No, we need to look into that.
Okay, so let's do the following. In here, we do nothing. So IO, do you have any IO usage in here? Yeah, we do. So we just do something like uh, player um, this join the party. Well, actually is ready. And then we say something like this, and then we put, I don't know, another player number in here. Right? And then in the future, we're gonna have something like we need to send a message to FE that to inform that. Right?
Right.
So there we go. And then when they are all ready, then we need to spawn the this player. Right?
When we're all ready, we just tail call player. Yeah.
Okay, so everything set, ready, go. And then we put nothing in there. And then we just tail call initial state here. But you need to know your number, right? Oh, this is my number. That's it. This is
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we go here, and instead of saying player, we do waiting player, and we need to send something in there, which is gonna be this guy, which is gonna be player number. And then we just say this is player number, and this is his number. Right?
Mm, room updating state, tuple player number, a session, and whether they are ready. Players, last player ID, player number. Player number is last player ID plus 1.
Yeah, I think this is well, not some misleading. Let's say players count. Is it better now?
That's okay. Just one thing to be careful about when you're creating the initial state, the order of the players will be backwards relative to their IDs.
That's fine.
So you need to do a reverse before making a tuple with the players.
Okay. Anyway, but I think this is the players connect, right? So we get the current players. Well, these are different players than the game players, right? The game players they have hands and discard pyres and whatever. These players they just have their number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have the process ID for waiting, and then we have the readiness, right?
Here's one potential problem. What if a player leaves the room?
We're not gonna handle that right now.
Okay.
Once in, you're never getting out. But that's true. So here's the problem. So we need also to communicate with the 2HTML that we are actually good to go. Well, that we actually accepted this, right? We need a way to communicate that. Agree?
Yeah.
So my proposal is we do a program here, and then not only well, before we call ourselves, we're gonna do something else, which is gonna be this HTTP ID self. That's not how you do that because this is probably is a function. And then we need to say something, right? What are we gonna say?
I
Connected?
don't think there's this thing of HTTP ID makes much sense though, because like, oh, not at this level at least, because like, yeah, the room has a state which is the players that are joining and may or may not be ready, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
it's actually the connections to the players that should know how to update the front end for the players, because otherwise the room needs to know about the front end of every player.
I don't follow. Each player running the game will have its own 2HTML, right? Well, we're gonna receive
Well,
separate connections to the two HTML. That's what I meant to say.
yeah, each player will have their own connection
Yeah. So
to
then
the.
the room has its own state, and we're gonna keep remembering things. We need to inform the front end that connected to us about what just happened. No?
We need to inform the about what just happened. But then in that case, HTTP should not be actually a state part of the state of the room, right? It should actually be an argument in the message that we receive.
Oh, you mean in here? So like this HTTP ID like
The
this?
hash should be outside of the parentheses though,
Yeah,
and you need
like
to unquote the HTTP ID.
like this.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, there's another problem. Oh, actually, yeah, there's another problem. I think we should communicate who joined. And that's gonna be player number. Agree?
that's gonna be yes.
Okay, that's nice. So let's see what we have. So, oh, this is not last player ID. This is players count. So if we have less than 4 players, then we say that somebody connected and we do the changes in the thing. If we have more than 4 players, then we do nothing about it. We should actually inform this to them. So that's going to be another program. And then we're going to say HTTP ID self and this too many players. Um, yeah, right? Like this.
Too many players, yeah.
And then ready, right? Ready is also
Why
receiving a
not?
player. Go on.
Why not room is already full or something like that?
That's error display. Or do you think that for readability it's too room too full bad is better here?
Room is full because, well, we only accept 4 players per room, right?
It's full. Okay, and then we have the player ID, which is the well for the ready. So here we also need the HTTP ID, and here's what we're gonna do. We need to say we need to upgrade the player ID. Well, actually that's not true. Let me backtrack a little bit. We need to do the same if as before. Yeah, we need to do the same if as before, which means having the same let as before, which is kind of cringe. Which is kind of cringe. Mm. Do you agree we need to do the same checks as before?
Players, player count, player number. Why?
Because we need to check if you have 4 readies, right?
We need to check if we have 4. We need to check if everybody's ready, right? Yeah, we do. That's a fold over the players, no?
No, having a fold doesn't mean checking if we have 4. Agree?
Well, technically, we should check if we have 3, and we don't care about the one we just got the ready for because we just got the ready for it for them.
Let me see.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
what you're saying. So not only we do a fold and to check that you have 4 readies. We have 3 plus 1 readies, right?
yeah.
Can't you just eval and splice?
Evo and splice.
Like the end. Oh, they're not. Is the end variadic in LFE? Let me see. So like end, and then we have true, true.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
macro, so
so it
it
is.
can take
So,
multiple forms.
so how do we splice? Do you know, Maninho?
Well, you need to do a quote first because you can only do unquote splicing. There's no plain splicing. You have to do a concat instead, or an append, I guess.
I don't know the symbols for that on LFE though.
It's the
Unfold.
same as common lisp actually.
Ah, so it should be this then, no? This.
Wait, folks. Let's go bit by bit. So there are two problems that we need to solve. We need to check that we have four readies and everybody's ready,
That's the
right?
same thing though.
No, because when you do an AND, you don't know how many are there. You just know that the final answer is going to be true or false.
That's fair.
So I was kind of thinking, didn't we make a function to do that type of stuff, like in the built-in filter or whatever? The answer is, oh, map indexed. We made map I from F sharp. Okay, that's not
Uh,
what I meant. That's not what I want.
we could.
Well, I can just do lists filter, right? And then put a lambda there, and we grab the players already, and then we do, I don't know, lambda player, and then this needs to be equals to true. If we do call get in, and we need to grab the ready is number three, right? So three inside the player. That's it, right? So this is checking if you're ready, and then I'm filtering only the ones that are ready, and then I check. Okay, do we have four ready players? And if we
Ah,
do,
these lemons.
this.
Look at my screen.
Uh, uh, I don't know if I'm following.
There. We
A
have a
full.
list with. You just need. Well, you need to create a list with true, false, blah, blah, right? Which, if we had in the beginning, it would be easier,
No, but
actually, now
we
thinking
can make
about
that
it.
with a map. It's easy. We can just map the list and
Yeah, but if
extract
you're,
the
but I'm
readiness.
thinking if you're making the fold, then already just calculate the end, right, in the fold.
But I'm not doing the fold. That's kind of the thing. We need to discover that we have
As
four
they're
ready
just mapping
players.
the list, and then you. Okay, so then this is easier, I think. But then you have to use eval, which is
Yeah, no. But we don't need to do
forbidden
we don't need
for
to
many
do any of
people.
that, Maketa, because we also need to check that we have four ready players, right?
Okay, there's
Yep.
one thing you can do that probably simplifies things. You can just do, okay, I know the player that sent the message, and I know the message says the player is ready.
Mm-hmm.
So we should update the player list to set that to ready first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the check. That's probably easier than trying to do the two things at once.
Well, what I said was just checking the length plus the end, right, from the map.
The length plus the end from the map. Essentially, yeah, you need to do. Yeah, you need to set the player stage to ready, and then you need to say, okay, I updated the list of players. One of them is ready now. I need to count how many players are ready, and if the number is 4, that means we can start the game.
Mhm.
So what you're saying is we do this first, right, Marinho? We do this first. So we are essentially updating the state to have these players the last re ready player, right?
Man, why
Map
are you
get
doing this?
state players. Wait.
Go for it.
Man, I still don't get why you are doing this.
We need to do two checks, Mageta. We need to do a
Yes.
fold, and we need to check the number four, right? Agree?
Why you just need to check the length and do an end with all the maps, with all the readies.
That's also an option.
No, but what my Marinho suggested is that we add to the state first, and then check for the four, because
We add
if I
to the
do,
state first.
yeah, we
Because,
update the
like,
state
So
first
we do
because we
what
have
we were
three
doing
plus
on the.
one.
So we're doing what we did on the room.
That's
No,
right.
it's because like one thing is the player joined the room. That's one thing. Another thing, which is what Lemon is doing now, is okay. A player clicked the button saying they are ready.
Yes, and then immediately after that, you see if everyone is ready.
Yeah.
Another option is to make the UI dispatch another message like start.
Well, I don't know. I prefer the ready idea. I think it's fine.
Because think about this: if everyone clicks ready, wouldn't it make sense to do a timer as well?
I don't think that's required
Starting,
for the first time.
I think starting immediately is weird.
Well, if you guys accept a suggestion, this is from Grand Chase actually. In that game, you make a room and the players can join the room, and they can say they are ready. And
But
then
then
the person
only
who
the creator of
yeah,
the
the
room
person who
can.
created the room, they don't have a ready button, they have a start button, but it only works if everybody else is ready.
Yeah, that's how it works on most games. So I think it's weird for you to just check those two things, right?
Wait, boys, we also need to like let's not go full blown
No, man. What we're
triple
saying is you just make
game.
another option, another message, and then it is start. And then in that start, you just check: Are you the guy that can start? Is everyone there? And then you don't need to check the order. You see, you don't need to update first. It's just the last line.
Just the last line.
Yeah, the ready still is just this, right?
Well, it's not because Marinho suggested me to inform the people that other people are doing things.
Mm,
And you can still do that. That's just sending a message
yeah,
after you update the
No,
stage,
no,
but
yeah, yeah.
before you do a
I'm
fail
just
call.
explaining to Mageto why it is not just this line. Okay, uh, let's do that. So we're gonna have a start. Yeah, but this requires to add a new thing to the state, which is the owner.
well, it's the first player.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. It's the first player. Okay, so we're gonna have start, and we need to know the player ID. So let's fix this ready first. So then we don't have to do any of these things. We can just remove that and put it in here for now. And then in here we do the following: we do prog-n, and then in here we do the same thing as before. So HTTP self, and we are saying that ready player ID. And there we go. So this is the ready. Now, the start. In the start, the first thing that we need to check is that if this player is the player that owns the room. So how are we going to do that? We need to grab the owner. So that's going to be call get in.
It's just the
And,
last player in the list.
yes, yes. So that's going to be
Luckily, I'm thinking if that
players for.
starting to think that that player ID that the front end has to send makes no sense. Because if they lose connection, they like, for example,
Yeah,
refreshing and they
Marinho
lose
said the
the
same
state.
thing. What if
How
they get out? And I said nobody's
yeah,
getting
how they
out.
know?
Once seen, you're never getting out. That's the.
I think the best way to do it would be to actually use Minisia, and then you insert like we have a log table of all the users, and then they should have accounts, and then we add the process that they well the rooms they belong to in there.
Yeah, that's the reason that I didn't want to have accounts, because when you start going through the corner cases of people closing browsers and getting out of the rooms, we
Yeah,
have
but
the.
that's something we should at least document, right?
Okay, so let's put the to do here. So to do. This does not take into account people disconnecting or closing the browser. We need to save more state, likely via amnesia, to recover from those situations. Is that fair?
Add a to do as well, by the way.
It's in here to do.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Okay, so if you have a start, the first thing that we do is to detect what is the owner of that, which is this is how we're gonna do that. And now we need to check if yeah, it's the same problem as before. We need to detect if we have 4 ready players. Do you agree, Magit?
Yep.
So we need to do the same thing as before. We need to grab the state. We don't need that. Grab the players, and then grab the ones that are ready. So 3, and then check their length. So and
Wait,
uh,
grab the ones that are. Why are you doing a filter? I don't follow.
because I'm filtering the ones that are ready.
But why?
Well, I could instead of doing that, I could just do this, right? As well. And then I can just
I see.
do
So yeah, okay, that's just to limit the list. Because in this way you would have the. Okay, that's why you need to check the length. Yeah, that makes sense. Both map or filter work.
yeah. So we
I
do
just think
this.
the I just
Go
think the
for it.
filter has more stuff to check. No,
It's
need to
just a true
compare
checking
with
if
the
it's a
thing in.
true. Well, I can do via a map as well, and then we do the end later. I don't want to do the end later. That's why I prefer the filter because the filter is already doing double duty here. It's extracting
And,
the
and then
readiness
even
and
if it's
filtering.
true, but the length is different, then the end will fail. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a better idea. So we do ready count players count, and we do this thing, and then we just check if we have 4. So ready players count 4. So if we do have it to do something, but if we don't have it, we need to inform that. So it's gonna be HTTP ID self. I need to display some error of some kind. Oh, this is where I wanted the end. Okay, I'm not. This is bad error messaging. Okay, so we should change this in the future. But we
That
should
will never get
check.
changed.
We should check. That will never get changed. Thanks for the
Did it?
encouragement, Mageta. Thank you,
Never
man.
mind. You're welcome.
Error. Either non not all players are ready, or someone started without being owner of the room. There we
To
go.
who are you sending this?
To HTML.
Okay, so this guy should have a receiver as well, right?
Um,
Right now,
yeah,
I don't think it does.
yeah. No,
Okay.
right now it does nothing. Right now it does absolutely nothing. The reason that we need to do that is because the room is calling itself.
Hmm.
So okay, so if we are ready, what we need to do? We need to do a let, and we need to say initial state, game state. We need to do something like that, and then there's initial game.
I'm
And
thinking here of the error handling. If any of these things die, the entire room dies, right?
yeah,
That's bad.
oh yeah. Decider. So spawn game decider,
By the
and
way, I
this
think we
needs to
should
come
also
first.
link. We should look. There's probably a behavior to do that or somehow, something like that. But we should probably see how to unlink. Because if this process dies, there will be dangling processes that it spawned, no?
Um,
Like the
wait.
players.
Yes, yes.
So we should delete those too. Uh, so we need to look at how to tie the lifetime of both together. Or do a garbage collection. Sounds terrifying to be honest.
Sounds terrifying. It's fine, Magetta. I'm gonna call you player, I guess. And here's what we need
I'm
to do.
capture the initial play.
Here's what we need to do. So we need to grab the number. We need to grab the number. The number is the first thing. Man, I really like that. I really don't like that we make this a list because now we have all the cryptic numbers all over the place. Okay, so we need to grab for each player. We need to grab the first thing. Uh, okay, so spawn session player, and now this needs to be a list. This needs to be a list, and we have two arguments in here. We have the initial game state. Yeah. And we also have the number. The number is the only thing that we care. So this is a map get state. Yeah, this is gonna look cursed. So call get in the state, and what we want to grab is players. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm tired. This is already players, so this doesn't make sense. This one. I just need to do lists nth one
What do you want to do?
player.
Spawn session. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what the player
we changed
requires.
something
It's
while
then.
you were
Oh, I
having
see.
dinner.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
so
is it?
we when you connect, we actually don't spawn to you the player process because the player process requires to have an initial state, but you only have the initial
Which
state
were
when everybody is ready.
yeah, but we
So
were sending empty, and then you just broadcast the state to the new state later, right? That's what we were doing.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh
that's fine. That's also an option.
yeah,
But
yeah, but I just remembered I don't need to do any of this bullshit because Maninho had the idea that the waiting player tail calls the real player. That's genius. So that means I don't need to do any of this shit.
It's not genius. It's a very basic. It's the very basic become operation from the actor model.
That's fine, but I don't need to do what I was
yeah,
doing
but
before.
it's literally the chapter from the gift of fire right now.
Shatter.
Chapter like the uh,
Which
oh
chapter?
you are very smart. No, I'm not.
Oh, the
Okay.
Socrates one. Okay.
Yes.
um, okay. But I need to grab the waiting player process from it, and then to do that, I need to do lists and true from the player. So this is the waiting process, right? So and then the waiting process needs to receive a message saying, "Hey, bud." That's not the correct parenthesis. This is, "Hey, bud, it's me, the room, and I
It's
want
a
you
me.
to receive something,
Are you
which
sure
is
that let binding is correct?
should be,
That looks correct. Yes.
it should be.
Oh no, it doesn't. Wait, what
It's
the
not.
heck? There's yeah, the thing in the middle. There are two parentheses.
You're assuming that
Ah,
the
sorry.
second item of the player is going to be a list of one item.
This.
It should be true right there.
No, yeah, this and
And then
this.
everything. Yes.
Okay,
Okay, now
sorry,
it
my
is
bad.
correct.
So everybody is ready. Everybody is ready. And what do I need to send? The initial game state. So initial game state. Okay, this is it. Um,
Doesn't that need to be spawned first? This
it
waiting player process.
no, that's exactly the thing. No, the waiting process it was already spawned.
Okay, so you spawned there. Okay.
Yeah. So we put you into a waiting room. So this is the room and this is the waiting room.
Okay,
And
we put some music
yeah,
there.
exactly. And we're gonna also send inform to the front end that hey, this player is there, is set ready and stuff like
You
that.
should edit the HML there.
Not just
Yes.
any music, elevator music.
Bossa Nova.
Yeah. But here's a problem, folks. Um, Man. Yeah, I think this is it, right? This is it. When everybody is ready to start, we just like we have 4 players ready, and the one that clicked to start is the owner. We just spawn the decider. Okay, but we need to save this somewhere. Where are we saving the decider PID? We need to save this somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good question. Where do we save that? I don't know.
Well, in the original sketch, the decider PID is here, right?
Yes, and since this recurses all the time, you should still have it on the room.
Yeah, exactly. So this needs to
But
go actually in here. So the let has a built-in program, right, folks? In LFE.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we need to recurse room, but we need to save the decider PID.
By the way, if
Reason
you're going to discard the return of map, you should use for each instead.
is that a thing in there?
I remember seeing it, but I'm not sure if there's an underscore or not.
Okay, we can check that. So lists or lane. And there is no for each. Thank you.
No, there is.
Oh, there is a for each. Sorry. And then it is actually without underscore. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we do? Is it map set or map ref or whatever? Do you remember?
Well, it depends. Do you want to set a value or do you want to get a value?
I want to do a map. It's map set, and we put the map, which is the state. We put the key, which is the decider ID, and we put the value, which is the decider ID. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But here's a problem. What if we are already playing the game? Hmm? If you're already
what if
playing the
we
game,
are
we are not
already
starting,
playing?
we are not getting ready, and we're not connecting. So I would
It's
say that we're
that's
missing one case here, which is play.
wait, what? That's a
Uh,
state of the room, right? That's a
that's
state on the
yeah,
state.
that's not a
It's a
message. That's a
status.
state.
This is
I
what the front end can send, right? That's not the same thing, man.
I'm
Oh,
very
maybe we can
confused.
add an. These are the messages that the front end can send to us as actions, right?
Yeah.
So it's over. It's only those messages.
No, but we are. Let's say that we have a room, and 4 players connected, and then let's say that all of them said ready, and let's say that the owner said start. What? We
Yeah,
should start the game, right?
yeah, and that's
Okay,
over.
but from the front end's perspective, well, from our perspective even, we're still going to be interacting with 2HTML, and 2HTML doesn't
Well,
have access to the decider.
we just make another endpoint, and then it changes the endpoint to use the decider.
But we need to share the decider. The decider is locked here.
Share the decider. Oh, you
Yeah,
have
So
one
like
I'm talking
decider per
about
game.
the PID you're saying is trapped on the state of the room.
yes.
So you
So
want to interface with all the messages to play the game, interfacing with the room to send it to the other garbage.
yeah, my idea
Right?
was we have the decider in the state of the room, and then when we receive play, we just call the decider, and the
Mm-hmm.
decider does everything else.
Let me see. Is there another way to do it? Because that's just adding overhead, I think.
Well,
Because you need to ping the messages multiple ways.
your idea of having another endpoint, like instead of this, having something else, that's a problem because we're gonna have to share. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that we only have in here. For example, we, for example, we don't have the process IDs of the waiting player anymore, right?
Well,
That's only
we can
available to the
save
room.
on Mnesia.
No,
What?
yeah, when we have Mnesia, that's fine. Go, Marinho.
Right, the PIDs for the waiting players. Um, they
Those
are
PIDs
in.
are now the player, right?
Well, it's the same PID. It's just the
Exactly.
process became it changed its behavior.
Exactly, but it's locked into the room. Both like these PIDs and these PIDs are locked into the room. How are you gonna get them out? Magetta said something possible, which is let's save them into Mnesia, and then the other endpoint, which is gonna go here after this, that guy accesses Mnesia and then does the shit. That's possible. What do you guys think?
Hmm.
Mm,
Magetta?
Thinking.
Okay.
Okay, repeat the question, please.
The question is, we have pieces of information that are required to play the game, such as the PIDs of the players and the PID
Yeah.
of the decider. We have those locked into the state of the room. How can we get those pieces of information out of the room to somewhere else, such as a different endpoint or a different process or whatever, so we can do the state management, like calling the decider, broadcasting to the players?
Yeah, one option is to reroute every action through this guy,
Yes.
which requires us to add some, well, just some dummy pass-through logic to the other process, right? Which is an option. We can centralize everything there. The other is to make Nathan change the endpoint that he hits to send another kind of message, and then we internally change the thing, and then we need to persist this in some persistent structure, which will be
um,
amnesia, whatever.
Yeah.
there's
Which
another
now,
there's another option though.
which is
Go for it.
We can send the ID of the decider to the front end, and then, well, somehow we don't have to send the ID necessarily. Just something to.
they just
Hmm.
need the decider, right, to talk
Yeah,
to.
they just need the decider. So if you can get that to the player somehow, you're set.
Well, that's not quite it because right now the decider doesn't know who to talk to, right? So we, the room, we know the players
And
and we
this,
know the decider. We are the ones that can hook them together. If we want the decider to know the PIDs of their players, we need to put that in here in the argument here.
well, yes, if you're initializing the game state in the room before creating the decider process, yes, you should do that before passing the state to the decider.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna add to the initial game state things that are not related to the game.
Well, we need the decider needs to know which process to forward the states to for each player, right?
Well, I was thinking that we would have a third guy that would hook them together. You are now proposing that the decider does that itself, right?
No, no, we already have the room, but we need to save that somewhere that the decider can reach. And the only thing that we have is the decider state, right? So it
No,
needs to
that
be there.
no, but that's what I'm saying. We don't need to do that because we can just do something like this is just an example, okay? So let, and then we say new state, and then we call the decider like, I mean, I don't know. Let's say that I call the decider, okay? So I pass the state here, or I do a get, map get, doesn't matter, blah 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 blah. I talk to the decider, I get the new state, and then I broadcast this new state to the players because I have the players myself. I am the room. I can hook them together myself. I don't need the decider to do that. That's my point.
Mm,
Well, there are many options. I don't know what is the best option, to be honest. Because the problem with adding Mnesia
Are
to use a different endpoint is that we're gonna have to add
are
Mnesia.
we are we going to add? I mean, it's already there. We just need to configure it. But are we in the future going to have to use Mnesia anyhow? That's some question
Yes,
that would be.
when we start having multiple rooms.
Because the front end would need to know which room. Actually, I don't think it's for that reason. Because if they know the PID right of the session locally, they don't need to. The only problem is like if they again going back to the losing connection case, if that happens, then yes, right.
No, no, no. I mean
Um,
with multiple rooms because we may have like a server browser, like a room browser.
browser.
Like you may have more than one game going on at
Yeah,
once.
yeah. What if you have
That
7 or 8 people? You can have 2 rooms. And then we are gonna have like when we hit that point, we're gonna have to have a notion of an account. And then all of that, I was kind of thinking, okay, we can either do Postgres again, but we can also just do Mnesia and just have a server running forever.
oh dear.
Welcome to game dev again.
Yeah, no, this shit is hard. But anyway, so what do you guys prefer? We have a couple of options here.
I don't know which one I prefer to be honest.
Well, the simplest possible route is to just have one single endpoint, and then from the request we just detect what needs to be done. Because again, the request is gonna come from the front end. From the request, you're gonna dismantle it, and we're gonna discover what to send from the to HTML to the room.
Yep.
So connect, ready, restart, and then play. And then we can keep using the same endpoint forever. So
Mm,
thoughts?
I think we should appeal to democracy and vote. Let's see. Um, what? So list the options again, please, Lemos.
Um, the options are we keep everything under the room process, including doing the functionality of playing the game. So these 3 things are about connecting to a room, and the room actually like proxies the play to the decider. The decider tells us what's going to be the new state, and then we broadcast this to other players ourselves being the room. And then
I
there's
don't
no
like that option, to be
okay.
honest.
This doesn't require persistency because you're kind of doing that via the tail call. The other option is to
That looks
after
easy though. That looks easy enough
yeah
to be
that's
honest.
It
very that's the
isn't.
easiest.
It isn't actually because we would have to rewrite the decider.
I disagree.
What? What do
I
you mean?
disagree.
Because the decider is written assuming that it's going to be a process, but the way Lemos
Oh, it can
described it,
still.
it's going to be a function,
It is
right?
a
A
process.
pure.
Oh, it can still be a process.
I don't know what Marinho is saying. It is a process, my friend.
But it doesn't reply.
Of
That's
course it
kind
does.
of what I'm. It doesn't.
Of course it does. Are you crazy, man?
You send a PID, blah blah blah. Next stage. Oh right, but then the problem is okay. It replies with success next stage.
And then it
The
calls
problem
itself.
then is you have the problem then is you have to forward the answer back to the calling player.
No, we don't, because that's what the room is gonna do. Like I said, you are thinking that the decider does the communication to the player's processes. The first approach, the first alternative, the room does the broadcasting. It grabs the next state from the player, from the decider, sorry, and then it broadcasts itself from itself to the other players because it has access to the other players. And that's it.
Mm,
This is by far the easiest. I agree with Mageta on that.
Because it doesn't require you to change the decider, as far as I understand. That's why I said it was easier. But
Yeah, the decider. Oh,
hmm.
Marinho said we need to change. As far as I can tell, I don't see any reason for change.
Let me think for a second. I suppose if we You would have to just grab the message, forward it to the.
It's gonna look like this. I can show you. So this is communicating to the decider. This is gonna be the decider. So this is gonna be the decider ID, and then this is gonna be whatever the player did. Then we do a receive. If you have a success, broadcast to the children. That's it. Actually, doesn't even matter. Maybe broadcast both to the children if you have a success or error.
You shouldn't broadcast to all the children though if you have an error.
That's fine. That's fair. But this is gonna be pretty much the same code in that
Mm,
in the room.
I suppose you are correct. Yeah, no, that's actually a good option then.
Cool. So let's go with that, and then later we think about the drawbacks and all that stuff because I am 100% sure this is not gonna be the best alternative. But let's do it. So the first thing that you need to do is to do stuff. So um, let me think a little bit. So what we need to do? This is gonna be a map get, right? So map get state decider ID. So okay, decider, do something for me, and then we need to do something that comes from the request. So actually, there must be some sort of action in here. Yeah, and then we do action here, I suppose. And the player is gonna be player ID. And this is it. The decider will do its magic. It will do the state correction and consistency and all that stuff. And then we wait. We wait the decider to be done. Once it's done, we have the new state, which is good because that's exactly what the player's processes are waiting for. Actually, here they know their number, and we can give them their new state. So what do we do?
S-
Lists for each. Go for it, Magetta.
so we're gonna have to recurse this again, right? We're gonna
Yes,
have
we
to.
are always recursing ourselves.
Hmm. Okay,
Um,
let me
and
think.
then lambda. Man, I really don't want this to be a list anymore. At some point, I'm gonna change this. Uh, okay, so for each of the players that we have, we need to do send a message. So player. So what we're gonna do
Okay,
is,
I think it's all fine. I was thinking of an edge case, but I don't think it's a problem.
so lists and we need the ID, so true, and then player new state, new state,
That is
and
correct. Yes.
then I think we should log something. That's fine. But before that, we need to call ourselves state. Oh, we also need to inform the front end that we did something. So let me copy. Oh, I forgot to do that by the way in here. I need to inform the front end of more things. So where is it? It's in here. Yeah. Um. Oops. So here, about to start. Okay. And then in here, after we log something, we're gonna say, hey, and by the way, that's wrong. Where is the about to start? It's in here. This should be that. Here, we're gonna say, for now, I'm only gonna say played. And then we recur. So here, success. Actually, I like this log here because then we can see the new state, how the decider changed things, and this is the broadcasting to the other players processes. And then if you have an error, we're gonna log that. We're gonna log that, but you also need to inform the front end that something went badly. So we're gonna say bad. Actually, even better, trash.
You should say garbaggio.
That's definitely fancier.
And it's
Garbage.
Italian, which has nothing to do with Mahjong, but oh well.
No.
Yeah. So and then we have a catch-all just for the backend. Yeah. So gentlemen, I think this is it, no? So we ask the decider, decide something. Cool. And then we wait. And then when he is successfully done, we go through each player process. We broadcast the new state to them, and then they will do what we did last session, which is basically well doing a bunch of stuff. There's only one issue, right? This thing doesn't do the SSC, so the front end will never know. But well, we're gonna fix that at some point. And then we inform the front end. But here's the thing: if we're gonna do the SSC via the players, maybe we don't need to send this to the front end, right?
The only thing we need to send to the front end is 200 or a 2 or 2 or whatever, right? It doesn't actually need to have a payload.
Yeah. And then we just recurse ourselves, the same thing for the error message. Okay, so now let's write that portion of the code in here. So the first thing we need to do is to do this spawn. So we spawn something. We spawn that. Oh man. I'm gonna put this somewhere else. So that fun. I don't know, body. There. Okay. Uh, let's get rid of that. And then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually spawn the room with nothing in it. And then we need to now to dismantle this the request. We need to like grab pieces out of it. So how do you do that? Is this a map when Cowboy translates from it from the JSON?
And Calm translates from it.
Yeah, I
We
really
would
want
have
to
to,
see what the fuck is request and state. Like that would be nice.
we would have to look at the documentation, I think.
Or we can print them, which sounds better. So what we do, we just say request state, and then here we just say hello. What do you guys think?
Um, let me see.
Yeah, so this is just for us to discover what the heck comes in this. Because again, this is a
Yeah, but
cowboy callback.
yeah,
I
but
have
we
a,
need to handle the responses, right? That it will send to this.
Yeah, no,
Otherwise, it
we
won't be
after
anything.
we no, we're gonna do a receive, right? Because the room is gonna be waiting on us. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter because we didn't send anything to this guy yet. Because we need to read from the request to do so. So let's see if I can run. So cd server rebar 3 LFA REPL, and I can't. So line 60 display 60. What? Another player is unbound. Oh, like this. Now it's saying 74. The sand is unbound. Wait, what? Gentlemen, help me please. What does
are you
this
sure
mean?
it's are you sure it's called exclamation mark? Are you sure it's not called something else like
I'm
send?
100% sure that it's called exclamation mark. I'm very sure. But it's saying 3. That should not be 3. That should be. Yeah, that should not be 3. I I was doing bullshit. Yeah, you see, there are 3 things. This self is useless because it's obvious that it's self. Self, right? Because it's coming from me. So it must be that. I don't know what the heck I was smoking there. Is that it? Symbol new state is unbound. So new state somewhere is unbound. Why is this unbound? Ah, I see why. Stupid. Comma. That only requires 2 arguments. It is still unbound though. Oh,
New state is unbound.
wait, what? Why? We only have new state in there, right? Oh. Uh, new state, map get new state. What is this? I think I
Map
wrote something
get
and
new
changed my mind.
state.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
wrote
what you're
something
doing
and
there.
changed my mind. Yeah, now we have an equals that is incomplete. So where is that? Wait, equals should. That's not how you do equals in LFA? Is it like this?
Well, it is double equals, right? It's
There's another equals on line 99.
99, that's true. And now another send. So where is that? There is an exclamation mark with 3 arguments. That's the problem. I don't know where. This is not one. Not there. Not there. Not here. Not
Line
here.
106.
Ah, okay. Thank you, Marinho. Okay. Waiting player is unused and body 0 is unused. That makes sense. So for now, I'm gonna comment out all of this.
You can just export it as well.
No, it's because that's what we're gonna be sending, right? Well, actually, let's not do that. Let's just put the thing in here. So that's gonna be body.
You need to call it,
Illegal
don't you?
token. Yes. Illegal token. That's not how you do that. How you do that, folks?
You need to get rid of the hash, no?
Like this. No, it's still
wait,
saying unused. Of course.
wait. What is saying unused? I can't see. But
It's saying that the body is unused. I think it's just a
the
matter.
body.
Oops. Uh,
Do you
there's
remember to
something
uncomment
wrong.
it?
Don't you need to export that?
I I
I mean,
don't
if you
think
export,
so.
even if you're not using, it does go away. I mean, that's
What
an option.
about if I do this? Are you happy now? 129 missing token. Ah,
129.
okay. Now it's only waiting player. So
But
waiting.
that's silly, man.
What do you mean?
I get that it's probably on the. No, that doesn't make sense. I would say that it expands, right? But no.
Where is the waiting player? Waiting. Oh, they can recognize that this is being used in here. That one we need to export. So waiting player. Good. Let's see how bad it broke. It breaks. Oh, okay. This is it. This is the request, folks. Okay, so
Uh,
there is a
I
PID. There's a
wait. I
port.
Are you showing anything other than Emacs?
Yeah. You guys not
Okay,
seeing my
I can
Emacs?
see. No, I mean I can see your Emacs, but that's it.
Okay, let me actually try to help. Oh, I did wrongly. My bad. Oh my god. This is the request. All this. Oh, here are the headers, folks. So that's how you're gonna. Well, that's one way to get stuff. But where is the body? Yeah, it has body. Huh? Come on.
Has body. Wait, what is this from?
This is from Cowboy.
Oh, I see. So it's the response, right? That is empty for the.
No, this is the
Oh, sorry,
request.
the request. Yeah, it's the browser. Makes sense. It's
Yeah,
just a
but
get.
you
Yeah.
see that there's a state here, and you see that it's empty. I
Yeah.
think Cowboy allows us to have like we're doing it wrong the whole time because I think this is where we should have the state. Like this is this thing. Oops, this thing.
Yeah, is
Oh, is it me or my English chopping?
No, no.
So it is me. Hello,
Hello.
it was me.
Man, Marinho sounds so depressed today.
I'm sleepy. And I'm kind of sad about stuff at work.
Oh.
Okay, let's just finish this then. So, what are we gonna do next? What are we're almost there, folks. Because now what we need to do is to just mock a bunch of curls that have bodies in them, huh?
That have bodies in them.
Yeah, and then we go here. We go here. We do some manipulation on the bodies of the request to detect what we're gonna send to the room. That's it. No?
Um. Yes, I guess. Do we want to do that though?
Well, yes, because that's the way that the front end will inform us of stuff.
Hmm.
Like they will make a request saying this or this or this or this, and then but we need to extract it from the request. We need to extract that from the request. So do you? Oh man, I can't show because it's from work. But we needed to do a curl essentially. We need to just make like a
Yeah.
what draw. Actually connect, and then we make a curl in here, call that, and see what
I'm
happens.
disappointed, Lemus. Why are you not doing that in Lisp?
I'm disappointed. Actually, do we have any examples of doing that in Lisp from other projects? Because I feel that we do. So if we go to the relational, oh, I don't have the relational engine in here. If we go to Cancine, client, we did something like that, no? Before? Magetta?
Did we do something like that before? I mean, like spawning us. Okay, we did with WebSockets, right? That's sorry, not WebSockets. We did with sockets. We're gonna need to do with HTTP, which there is a package for Emacs.
Of
It's
course there
easier.
is.
Just use MetaX. Straight get. Oh, you don't have straight. Oh, you don't have it. Oh, Lemus, you're still living in the dark ages.
Yeah.
Well, so just do a curl. That's a primitive tool for primitive people.
No, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna commit the shit out of this, and you're gonna do it yourself.
I'm going to do it. Okay, I see.
Um. So
In the
prepare
end, the clowns are the ones who pay.
to
Can't you do
receive.
it using Netcat or something?
That's an option
Uh,
too.
just go for it, Magetta. And I'm also gonna commit this. Make the renv use a pure environment. Cool. Go for it, Magetta. And please share the screen.
Let me pull first. Ay ay. Let me share my
We're so
screen.
close, folks. We're so close.
We're so close yet so
Because now
far.
it's just a matter of adding a bunch of curl. Because now we can actually simulate playing the game.
Wait, is this the one make the range use a pre-environment?
Yeah, I did
Environment?
2 commits, my friend.
Okay. So I should just be able to init, restart. Oh, this is magic, man. I love this. Okay, so
It's a dynamic language. It
start.
doesn't mean much.
Well, it means a lot to me. So we're gonna use straight. So here's the magic lemons. This is a oops, it's use package. Sorry, there's this thing here that handles like that it downloads packages on your machine from a recipe. You see, and most of the packages have it, and the ones that don't, it's very easy to add. Very
No,
easy. You
but
just
what is
point
the
to the
purpose
GitHub.
of what is a recipe?
It's the closest that you have on Emacs of an actual functional package management, and it's seamless with use package, which you already use. You see,
Yeah.
it just organizes better the packages in the Emacs folder. So I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Um, so for example, I can just use requests. Yeah, request. There we go. I
Wait,
think I already have it.
wait,
If I want
wait,
to
wait.
keep using.
You
Mhm.
don't install Emacs packages through Nix?
No,
He doesn't know.
and the whole thing is like mutable. I hate that actually because the whole thing is mutable. And then you make your because every change that you do on Emacs, if you want to redo it, you're gonna have to rebuild the Nix packages, right? So I don't like pinning my Emacs on Nix. I think it's really horrible. I think it defeats the
Yeah,
purpose
but
of
there
Emacs, to
but
be
there are
honest.
there are packages on Nix for Emacs, Marie.
But it's not. I don't mean for writing your configuration, but just for installing your dependencies.
Yeah, to install you can. I don't see the benefit on that too, to be honest. Yeah, you may break, but man, use package. Sorry, straight. I can point to a version already, like that. I would do the same. It's just using a better language than Nix. So I don't see the benefit of
A
doing
better
that. To be honest.
language. One without tail calls. What a sin.
Yeah, because let me show you guys.
No, 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 no. Let's not do that.
Okay, I'll
almost
show
three
later.
hours.
So let's require request. Is that request or requests? We're gonna discover. Uh, just open the docs. Request.
No, in the
Uh,
meantime, let me check what's gonna be the if it's a post. I think it's a post.
it's either post or get. The browser does a get for a
Yeah,
fact.
the browser does a get, but we don't specify anything about that in Cowboy.
Well,
So we're gonna test both. Why not?
data. Do we need to send anything?
Yes, we want to send a body with anything, with something in it.
Like JSON.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that Cowboy is doing that part of the process. Because if it doesn't do deserialization, I'm gonna be very pissed.
I'm pretty sure it
Let me
does.
put,
I'm not sure if we have it configured correctly, but I'm pretty sure it does.
let me put this actually. Let's try not be silly. Uh, key1, value 1, key 2, value 2. Okay. And then we're gonna make the case for the success and pass the parser. Oops. So the parser will be JSON read, and I think this needs to be a quote. Success case will be a function, which will be a lambda that picks a.
We're gonna return HTML, so you can just print it out.
Okay, the example is doing weird stuff, but I understand why it's doing it. So oops, it's using a comma Lisp function, and I can give hints of why. So because of this. So it's picking key, data, and allow other keys. Uh, that's the example. I think it's the stuff that they give, but I'll just go with that because I don't know what the parameters of this thing can be, and all the examples have that, to be honest. So I'll just print a message. So message trash, and I think it is this with capital S, and then we pick a sock, the full
Man, it's such you can actually
art.
it's palpable how much pleasure Magetta feels writing in Lisp.
It's cool language, man. There we go.
Okay,
It's my favorite Lisp. Funny enough,
oh
it's
wait, you
weird.
actually
But
called it and something fucked happened there. Can you scroll up?
yes. Let's see. Let me increase this.
Okay, so we have a request.
No try clause matching. Uh, Range up. Report.
No
String one
try
code.
clause matching.
I don't understand what exploded. The stack trace
File server
is
blah blah
crazy.
blah.
Ah, that's the server. That
Yeah, but I'm
is the
actually very
looking.
confused. You see that they printed request there?
Where are you looking at?
Just
Request,
scroll up.
request,
It's in pink.
request. HTTP.
Yeah, so it worked.
Oh, could it be this?
But why
Oh,
did it
right.
why did it fail if it printed something? I think it's probably because there's something about the room process is wrong. Go to the code and comment that out.
One thing though, it should show my key, right? It's not here.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think either we did the request wrong, like we using the Emacs
Oh,
package,
I know. Could it be? No, that should be a problem in Emacs actually. But let me see the return of this garbage.
and we
So
also should try a
def
post instead of a get to see what
def
happens.
var response. I'll start with new and then set f response. This that there we go. So is it still
No,
running?
no, you need to
Really?
restart the whole shenanigans there.
I don't think I do, but okay.
Oh, Magetta, that's it. You see what Magetta did there?
What?
He used the powers of Emacs to have RL built in. So the solution is to use Emacs, Marine. See?
Oh, you mean like to move up and down?
Yeah,
That's commit actually.
that doesn't come with LFA when you do
Yeah, that's
restart.
Emacs. Like these, right?
Yeah. So you see, Marine, the solution. Just use another editor, man.
This is a good one.
Okay, call this now. You can call this.
But Emacs is not a good editor. It's a good operating system.
It never claimed to be an editor, to be fair.
I think there's a chance we don't have a get. It's a post. But let's see.
I don't think the browser does a post. That's why I'm confused. But let me do a setf on the suck as well. There we go. Did I
Oh,
define this? I did.
okay, broke. But do we
Okay,
have
there's
anything? Yeah,
error
it's
with a
still
bunch of
no try
trash.
clause matching. No
Okay,
try
let me
clause
see.
matching.
But now
Can you?
let's see the response. And I can't. I need to. Can I do this? That's 4040.
What the
It's
heck is
here.
that?
Okay. This is the response, right? So it's
That's
bytes
the
essentially.
response?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's formatted with some stuff, but it says error get buff create. That actually doesn't. Yeah, this is Erlang. You see,
Erlang.
cube.
No,
I
that's
mean, I think
Emacs.
there's some Emacs stuff. Yes, yes. No, this is Emacs. This is the compiled. This is the bytecode file. What the heck?
Yeah, it's completely fucked. No, but go back to the buffer. You didn't scroll up. I need to see a thing.
To the buffer? Which buffer?
To the buffer that we have the error of the request. The terminal that the repo is running.
So the LFE
Yeah.
repo.
Can you scroll up? More. More. Is there a body in here? Oh, wait, there is. Has body equals true. Okay, where is
Yeah,
the
but
body?
query. I think this is query strings, right?
Maybe. I have no idea.
I think so.
Where is your body in here? Can you scroll up more?
I can,
Okay, so
but
we
it
have
doesn't show
path, we
anything.
have peer, bindings, headers, but there's no key, there's no
Give me a
value
sec.
1 and value 2. So something is wrong in the way that we are sending?
Ah, parents. What if I do this? I just want to see the diff.
Yeah, but you need to restart the server because it's broken.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
Ah, there we go. I don't.
Ah, no, but that's how do we do that in the body of the thing?
Yeah, that's a query string, and the body doesn't show, but it does get on the body. If I change from
Um,
parents to data, right? I'm sending data, not query
Yeah,
strings.
exactly.
can you switch to a post as well?
I
Just to
can
see.
hoist.
Poist. Okay, what happens
Ah,
now?
my scrolling is Apple
Has body
mouse
equals
garbage.
true.
What method get? Man, let me restart this. This is strange.
Okay, that's fair.
Let me clear it up. I can even do that on Emacs. And it didn't explode.
Wait, what?
But it didn't show anything.
Oh, so it is not a post. That's the problem. It's not finding the route in the
It's not
cowboy.
finding the route, yes.
So it is a get. But gets should not have bodies, right? In the request.
I mean, they can. It's
But
not that
that's not.
they.
Yeah, but
Usually
that's.
Um,
not, but depends on the behavior. Some cases it might be justified.
Well, but do we have a case in which that's justified? I don't believe so, right? We can just use a
No,
post. Yeah.
no.
So we need to search in Erlang in cowboy. How do you change the thing to a post? Let's all do that. Let's search real quick styles in cowboy.
Post handlers. Ah, easy.
Thank you.
Server.
It's server app
Uh,
LFA.
ah, server app LFA.
How do
So
we
it is
do it?
saying handle. Oh, that's on the handler. It seems.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
it?
So go to the session.
Let me see. Wait. Cowboy rec. Start. So that should be on the session. Yes. So session.
So
Where's some and the
all the
string
way,
is
yeah, all the
it's a
way to
bit
the
funny.
top. All the way to the top.
Uh, so the guy's doing a pattern match on the method out of a cowboy rec method on the request. Where do we have the rec? Here or here, right?
Yeah, we have
Init.
rec and init as well.
Uh,
Which one the guy is doing on?
well, he doesn't have an init, so
No, you do need to have an init. We tried removing this and it
well, I
didn't
mean
work.
the example does it, right? He's doing on the handle.
Well, we can
So
go
let's
for
do it
it.
on the handle. Let's do
Well,
it on
our
the handle.
handle. No, but we don't have a
I don't
handle.
think it
It's
makes a difference, to be honest. Both have the request. So long as we have these, there should be anywhere.
but it didn't work,
So,
right?
what do you mean?
When you change to a post and you call it, nothing was printed, which means that it didn't call to HTML.
No, 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 no. It did. It just said that it does have a body. It doesn't show the body.
No. What I'm saying is, when you went to there and changed the get to a post and we call it, it didn't print anything in the terminal, which means that it didn't reach line 132, which means that it didn't call to
Oh, I see. I
HTML.
see. You're saying that it should reach here if it was a post, right? That makes sense.
Well, if I'm interpreting what you're saying correctly, which is that you do the verification of the post yourself in the request,
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
but that's not what is going on. So
He's doing this cowboy, just to be explicit. So he's doing cowboy rec, which is likely from cowboy, which I don't know why is not showing up. And then he pass. Actually, I think it should be this then. Method. Yeah, this method, and then he passes the rec. This should give the thing, and then he pattern matches a string for post, get, or what else, and then he replies with that.
yeah, but now I'm confused. Can we try to again do the request with a post? Are we sure that didn't do anything? That didn't do? They didn't call the method correctly? Cowboy Erlang examples. Oh, thank you. Thank you, internet. So
Post passing this data.
yeah,
What are the other states here? Complete. We have that. We do. Lambda. Trash.
Guys, it's kind of late and I'm sleepy. I really have to go.
go
You
have some
Marinho.
sleep, friend. See you,
Good
Marinho.
night.
See you.
So this I'm not gonna prove that. Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't even reach.
it doesn't
But I'm
do
not sure if
anything.
it's data.
Wait, you're forgetting the slash, right?
Where?
You need to put a slash after the 4040, no?
4040.
Yeah, you do
Here.
localhost. Yeah,
I
there.
don't think I do, but it was reaching before, so why would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
not
you're
know?
right about that. Are you sure it's data though?
Man,
That
yeah, like there are only two things, which is data and parents. I tested parents, and that
pa-
was not right, right? It is for query arguments. This is it.
yeah, but it
That
was
is
showing
correct.
up when you did that with a get. It was showing up.
I mean,
But
if I
how do
get
you
to show
change
up
the
regardless.
get to a post? I'm actually asking AI. Fuck it. How to change?
Oh man, you can send files with this thing. That's fantastic.
Oh, of course. How to change a get to a post in Erlang?
Ah, oh, quite fancy. I can even do error handling, buffer string. I mean, the parser here being HML is kind of wrong actually. I'll put buffer string instead. Uh,
Ah, okay. I see. I see what we need to do. I see what we need to do. Okay, so in the go back to the session.lfa.
wait, give me a sec, man.
Sure.
Let me do this. This, and then let me change the consumption of this garbaggio. So I use the success because it looks cooler. Looks more appropriate, to be honest. This.
Okay, if AI is correct on this, it's pretty easy.
Okay. Let me try
Session.
with the
Oh, okay, go for it. Go for it.
session.
Yeah, so you go to the init function on the top.
Let me just ping as it is. Give me a sec.
You have an extra parenthesis
Balance
there.
parentheses. I do. And this is data. Whatever. Shouldn't be showing anything. Okay. There is nothing received. That is correct. Okay,
Yeah.
what is the
Okay,
thing
so
on
you go to
session?
the session.lfa, go to the init function. Yeah, so according to the AI, what we need to do is grab that rec there and do a pattern match. Well, I'm actually gonna send you the code. It's easier instead of trying to
Nice.
describe this
It
nonsense.
is exactly what the dude did, but he did on the handle, not on the
Yeah, no,
init.
but according to the AI, you can do in the init. Let's try to add a catch-all to
Yeah,
allow
it's
any
exactly
method.
what. And it's the same shit that is on Stack Overflow, but the AI put on init instead.
But I think that if you don't do the treatment of the method, it actually doesn't do the go for posts maybe.
Oh, That would be
Man,
horrible.
there is a function called read body. Damn.
Okay, and how do I print that here?
Um, well, IO format.
Let me just steal this.
Okay, and then the function that you're gonna
Auto
call
list.
is cowboy rec underscore rec column read body read underscore body and then you pass the rec to it. That's it. According to
Necessary.
the AI here. So now restart the entire thing and let's call with the other thing. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This Emacs thing. It's very convenient. No. But you need to send a body, friend. Yeah, it
Okay,
came
but
nothing.
it did show garbage, so that's an improvement.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Send some data now.
data.
This doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna explain why in a bit.
It is there.
What? Okay, let me explain why this doesn't make. Well, actually, maybe it does make sense. Okay, so the to HTML doesn't have the request, only the init does. So now what?
Let me see this. How does it jump from the init to the
We need to read cowboy.
to H?
We need to read cowboy to
Well,
know because there is some transformation going on, right? But actually, you see that there is a cowboy rest there. What the fuck does that do? Maybe this
oh,
is a
these.
function. Yeah, what is that?
That looks like a function. It's not defined by us. Yes.
Yeah, so maybe this is
Yeah,
transform
I'll read
changing
this.
something.
Let me see how the guy does the jump. Let me see. So he goes from this to handle, and then he exports that. uh, Undefined state. That's what he passes over. TCP, HTTP. Man, is this black magic? Like, it's certainly a behavior, right? Somewhere, but
It is not a
where? How do you
behavior. It
know?
is no. This is a module. You just define a module and needs to specify
Well,
a couple
it's
of APIs.
well, they're doing here cowboy HTTP handler on a behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and it has just init, handle, and terminate. None have a connection to each other. They're just there.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time understanding what cowboy rest is supposed to do. So I'm not sure.
How do I?
Oh, I found it.
The
The
guy.
module cowboy rest implements the HTTP state machine. Implementing REST handlers is not enough to provide a REST interface. This interface must also allow the REST constraints, including blah blah blah. What happens if you remove that? What happens if you remove the cowboy rest from the init? What happens?
If I remove the cowboy rest from the init, this.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
I need to reply something,
no, yeah, but
right?
what are our options for cowboy rest? You know, that's kind of
I'll do
my.
it. I mean, I'll type exactly as it is there, which is a tuple with OK, the rec.
And
Yes,
the
a
opts.
tuple with the OK. Ah, I see. I see. Look at this. The guy here is calling to. Oops. Yeah, that is right. To HTML, and then he passes the method that he got. You see, and then he pattern
Ah.
matches here. So that's
So
smarter.
this is kind of like a
So
middleware,
yes,
kind
it
of.
seems like it. Now, how does he hit here without knowing that is another question for another day that I don't want to answer. So
Okay,
these, I'll not do that now. So, well, let's do it just for
just pass the rec to it and go down
rec,
there. No.
and we need to pass the state.
No,
What
but we
is the
don't care about
state?
the state. The state is being done by the room, so fuck it. So just remove the state from down there.
It's these actually.
Sure.
Uh,
That's it,
so
no?
this, and then this gives us the reply, which is this. And then he passes the second thing, the state, which is the same opties as before. So that should be it. So post should go here. Oops, I won't want to eval that.
Don't forget to restart the thing. I have a bad feeling on this, but okay, let's go.
It worked.
Uh, wait.
It did work.
There is that. Where is the body of my body? No body, man.
What do you
What
mean,
the
no body,
fuck?
man?
No body. The
What do you
second
mean?
print is the one that matters. There's no body.
Body length 11.
It tells us
And
that
he
we have
left
a
it.
body.
Has
It
body.
tells
Has
us
body.
that he has a body.
What do you mean?
Go fuck
What do you mean
yourself.
you're? Where are you looking that there is no body, man? I don't understand.
Where is the data?
It doesn't show. Does he have any key here saying that it shows the body? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, why? That's not a problem. That doesn't mean it's not there. It literally says it is.
No, how do we extract the body? That's kind of like
Well, I showed you.
you showed me.
You need to use cowboy rack, and then you pick the garbage from there. What is the function?
Oh, the read body one?
Yes, here there's many, man. There's like a cowboy, for example, for a multi-part form data, you need to use a read form data, blah blah.
No,
What is the
just
one
copy the
for
line from the top. I think it's easier.
uh, rack JSON? Ay, ay, ay. Here. Uh, how do I? Do we have any JSON serializer on this trash already?
Wait, you're telling me that it doesn't deserialize to like a map?
I hope it does. Here, there's this guy, which is uh, cowboy rack read body.
Yeah, that doesn't
This.
deserialize it. We tested this before, and it worked. It's the print from above.
Is that the same thing? I don't think so.
It is the same thing. You will see. Just call it.
What if I run and it is not, Lemos? What would you do?
It it it's actually worse, right? The one from the top
It
has
is.
the body of the Garbaggio has the body, but this one doesn't. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Scroll up.
How? I'm wondering if this is hitting here because of the init or because of something else.
I think it's because of something else.
Let me think. But
But
not too
here's the
much.
kicker: we don't need to HTML, right? We can do all of these in the init.
I'll call this something else. Trash.
Yeah, I think Cowboy's gonna be mad.
Oh, fuck it. True. Trash. I don't want it to know about that. That's the gotcha.
Yeah, no, but this is an API thing. Like if you call it,
Yes, I don't want to rely on API things. That's the gotcha, man. And it works. The same way as before. The problem is
it still doesn't have a body there.
then what is it printing? That's not part of the body. This is headers and a bunch of garbage. I don't care for that.
No, the body is there. It's the OK and the empty.
Yes, but I don't care the rest. Why is it printing the rest?
I don't know. But in the init, the rec has the method, right? If you scroll up a little bit, it's the print from the body of the Garbaggio. Yep.
Empty as well.
Ooh. Wait. Both of them are empty now. Why? This doesn't make sense.
So the post is not it. It knows that we sent something, but it can't pick
Can
from the
can you
body
scroll up a
of
little
the
bit
thing.
more
I
in the
can.
print? In the body, yeah, in the body of the Garbarjo, it has the body. Man, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
but
In line 15,
when I
it
use
prints
this
something?
function, read body.
No, 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 but you're also using
Oh,
read
what
body
the
there.
fuck?
See the, what the fuck?
Does that mean that I can only read it once?
Damn.
Oh, because it's a oh man, if it's a file descriptor, it changed
But
the
but
offset,
but the beam is
right?
immutable.
Oh, don't know if it's well, it might be immutable, but the request is being sent over and over, right? Although the variable should be immutable too. So, yeah, that is the problem.
Damn. Okay, now we
So
just
it's
need to
probably
discover how to
saving
deserialize it,
some man, it's probably saving some variable on the offset of the request
and then
on
jumping
the
the
back of
offset.
it. Yeah, but I mean on the in the paraphernalia, right? In the background of
Mm-hmm.
the library. But that is the issue. You can only read it once. That's
No,
fantastic.
which kind of makes sense, kind of. Anyway, now we just need
Kind
a way
of,
to
just a
deserialize
little
it.
bit. Which I'm not going to do now, man. Honestly, it's already too late. Let
Okay,
me
you can
do
commit.
this.
I'm gonna finish the recording, which is gigantic.